Miles. But as it is, Tennessee does not have enough quality scoring. The Boswell guy can't play, and they just don't have enough quality players. So the Vols go home. We have a lot to talk about. 865-200-5402 is the number. If you want to get in the hunt and in the mix with us, all lines are jammed. We're presented by Marcos Garza and the Garza Law Firm, online at garzalaw.com. And that's where we are. That is where we are. And if you want to get in with us, let's do it. And we'd love to talk to you. I mean, these two teams down the stretch, and I bring Matt in first. Matt, these two teams down the stretch in that basketball game combined for 3 for 19, and boy, did it feel like it. Boy, howdy, Matt. That was a tough watch right there, Matt Dixon.
Yeah, a really physical game. Both teams were kind of tired and exhausted, especially Tennessee down the stretch. Tennessee, what they've done it all year. They've just gave up, missed too many shots, close twos around the rim, bad at the free throw line. And then you brought up what I think was really the difference. I mean, Duke Miles goes for 30, kind of torches Tennessee, and then Boswell doesn't score. Ethan Berg scored, gives you 5, but Ethan Berg probably was more efficient than Boswell in the game. But when you're two guard, you get outscored by 25 points from the 2-guard spot, and Evans doesn't contribute anything. You're just not going to win a game like that when you leave so many points at the foul line and around the rim like Tennessee continues to do. Amen struggling and clearly didn't have it. It's good you need to get him rest. It was good to see Gillespie bounce back. Obviously, he took the other Vandy game personal, where he played really poorly, and he kind of basically just carried you today, and I thought was really good. Made a couple of threes, which is encouraging, but it's frustrating to lose this game, to lose to Vandy, and like you said, second time in a week. But had you found a way to win this game, you'd get slaughtered tomorrow by Florida by about 30.
Yes.
So there is a little silver lining there. So now you go get Amen healthy,
off your feet
and rest up. Yeah.
Yes.
And hope you get a good draw.
Get off your feet. It's the exact opposite of that really bad Gloria Estefan Miami Sound Machine. Get off your feet, because it's time to make it happen. Maury Hanks, your thought on what we witnessed, because that Vanderbilt team won a game, and they handled that about as poorly. Both Tennessee wins in the last week. They looked about as bad as they could have. No sense of time and possession and score, just playing like termites. What are we doing? Such a bad game.
Yeah, Tony, if I can look at it both ways, you look at Vanderbilt. If you would have asked their coach if he thought they would win, they shot 40% from the field, 26 from the 3. Would you win? He probably wouldn't say yes, but they also made 85% of their free throws, and Tennessee was atrocious from the free throw line.
Yep.
They did not play well, but again, you just have to play well enough to win.
Tennessee was 16 of 26 in the game. The culprit in the first half.
Missed a number of one-on-ones, I believe, early.
Yeah, no doubt. First half, they were just brutal. And Gillespie was brutal from the foul line today. You can't miss two. You can't go 2 of 4 when you're a point guard. You can't do it. Ball's in your hands all the time. Boswell was an absolute zippo zero zilcho today. 0 for 4. Had a sequence where he missed 2 threes and then came down and committed a crazy foul. I mean, just the game. And Amen, you could tell after playing 30-plus minutes yesterday, had nothing. He had nothing left. Nothing. So we'll go to the phones. We'll get as many calls in as we can. And Miles, who visited here back in the spring, boy, he would have been nice. He would have been nice. That would have been a nice.
He's a really smart player too, and that's we talked about it after the game last week. Mm-hmm. Vandy's got a really high IQ team. They do a lot of little subtle things. They draw a ton of fouls, even when they're not fouled. They sell contact. and then they do a lot of the little things off the ball that kind of just frustrates the opponent and can lead to some of those fouls. But they're, obviously the closeout to the game, they're kind of poor situationally there, but they're a really smart, high IQ team, and Miles is probably the best one at it. Tanner too. Tanner's just an incredible point guard, but those two guys are really, really going to be really tough to beat next weekend.
How do you have 4 double-figure scores and still never feel like you have a chance?
Tennessee today?
Yeah, they had 4 players in double figures.
Brian, you literally have a 2-guard that is a black hole. Can't do that in major college basketball. You could score. You
I'm
can
really
have 5
disappointed
double-figure
in
scores.
Brown. He just hasn't. And
you can have 4 double-figure scores, Brian. 5 of them, 6 of them. You got to get something out of your 2-guard. It's not optional. By the way, on Miles,
you have him and Berg.
Here's a deal with Miles. Miles committed to Vandy before he made any more visits. It was published that he was going to be here because I looked it up. It was published that he was going to be here, but he never visited. So let me back up off that. But here's the thing: he only wanted $1 million. Everybody was out of money. You think if they had a do-over again, Matt, you think they would do that one over? That'd be the cheapest. You know how many people would spend $1 million on him right now? How about the whole freaking league? Having a guy like that fall into your lap, your Vanderbilt, at the end of the process. Because I was looking it up. He was supposed to visit here on April 13. Something of that repute. It's just absolutely remarkable how good he is. And Matt's right. He's a smart guy, feels the game, and he has been excellent against the Vols. He's made the Vols play every time that we've played them, essentially. And he was damn good today. He exploded on us.
Tony, how do you think Porter Mosier's sitting in his hotel room looking at him?
They can play the way.
Yeah, they can play anyway. They can play without him. That's exactly right.
The offense they have now, if you put him on their team.
He was banged up. He was coming back from being off for a while, and he was off the first time they met Memorial.
That's a great point.
If he'd been
Brian.
healthy then.
That's a great point.
He scored 30 points on 14 shots. Good Lord.
He went off. I hate
he was
to
like
laugh,
9 of 9, 4 of 4.
Jeez Louise,
4
man. Sometimes you gotta tip your. Sometimes you gotta tip your. I'll tell you what. I'll be popping my proper popcorn tomorrow. Will Heflin, watching them just Florida rip them apart tomorrow. That Vandy bunch, because Matt's right. Matt is right. The murder will be televised tomorrow, not the revolution. Shout out to Marcos Garza and the Garza Law Firm. Online at garzalaw.com. Whatever you need in the law, they've got you covered. And they're going to take unbelievable care of you, treat you like famiglia, as we say in Italia. Available 24/7 at garzalaw.com. They will take incredible care of you. He was originally going to go to Virginia. Miles was. It fell through. He's on the market late. Everybody had their money spent. And Tennessee, I guarantee you, if you ask them, can you come up with them? I guarantee you, hindsight being 2020, he'd be on this roster. But you don't get do-overs. That's how it goes,
Tony,
man.
do you know they talk about High Point being like one of the best low to mid-major teams?
Yeah.
They've won the last 2 to 3 years. He was there 3 seasons ago. The 23-24 season, he averaged 18 points a game there. I didn't know that. I knew he was at Oklahoma. I knew he was from Alabama. But he played at Troy for a couple of years, was hurt, went to High Point, blew up, went to Oklahoma, and they couldn't afford him.
Isn't that wild? $1 million. It's not like he's gotten some crazy pay. But we're going to go to the phones. And, hey, that's a hell of a coaching job to have Tennessee's roster and to get that to 21 wins.
22 wins.
22 wins, rather. I'm sorry. 22 wins. Because you literally, when you watch us play, Matt, how many guys do we have that can score as we get to go to the phones? I'm really admiring this. Like how many
We've said
guys?
it all year. You have two.
That's it. You have two guys that can really play.
You have two, and then you have a third guy every game. You have somebody who's your third leading scorer, but they're not dependable, and you don't know who it's going to be.
It is wild.
Estrella probably is the best third option you have, but he's not consistent enough. You just don't. Aktara outside of slams is not going to give you any offense. You can't run anything for him.
Right.
So you just, Carey just can't finish around the rim.
Why do they continue to run? Talk about running things. Why are they featuring Carey in the second half of that game, Matt, and continuing to try and get the ball to him? What is that? This Jalen Carey guy, this fascination with this guy.
Well, Ament was kind of on the bench for a lot of the start of the second half. And besides Gillespie, I mean, the question we've asked all year, if not Carey, who else do you want shooting the ball there? Like, who do you want to run things for? I mean, unless you just want Gillespie going up there just jacking up shots every possession. I mean, you have to do something. You're just a flawed team with just offensive limitations.
And this Evans guy spraining his ankle, as we reported, which that's what's going on with him. He is a million miles from the guy we saw 6 days ago. A million miles away. Boswell had how many points, guys, this weekend down there? Or in this tournament, Bri? The two games combined.
He had none today, and I would say he probably had two. Yes, I think he made 2 free throws.
Here's a crazy thing.
I don't think he made a field goal. Miles
played out of his mind. Ament hardly did anything today. 1 of 13 from the field. And the freaking Vanderbilt team is so bizarre the way they play that they still almost gave the game away late. They're so bizarre the way they looked trying to close these two games out against us. And they're well coached, but they don't play with any sense. That lob pass, if I'm doing a Vandy postgame show right now, I'm going, we won. How did we win? We were 2 for our last 12, and one of them was a crazy-ass lob pass that makes 0 sense. 0 sense. But let's go to the phones. And we'll get as many people in here as humanly possible. Hello and welcome in. We'll get our first call. It's Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. Hi, you're on the air.
Tony, what's up, brother?
Hey, Ridge Runner.
Hey, good to be in the hunt and in the mix.
Yep.
And I forgot to say, or I didn't voice this yesterday, but Maury, Matt, Brian, Tony, Laura, the whole team, the coverage this year has been just incredible.
Yep. Alex Myers. We are from Mr. C. We are from Miglia, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, we'll all be together on Sunday night when the draw comes down.
Well, Tony, and then the Lunchy Bunch. Listen, I was roasting some guy on YouTube, bro, because he was like dissing your boy Marky Mark, and I simply commented, I was like, this guy knew more about basketball when he was 3 years old than you've ever known about basketball your whole life.
That's right. We got a lot of experts over there on YouTube and in cyberspace.
Tony, it was a bad day, bro.
Oh.
Our best player had a bad day.
Oh.
But Maury, let me ask you this. I said this at the beginning of the season, Tony, when, we got through our first 2 SEC games. Were they Arkansas and Florida?
You mean like early in the year?
To start the SEC play.
They were, they were 2 of the first 3.
2 road games, both of them.
2 road games. Pretty brutal start to the season.
Well, I said back then, I thought they should bring Boswell off the bench as a backup 1 and rest Gillespie throughout the season because he cannot continue to go through, and they apparently didn't do that. But what do y'all think about that? Do you see him being better coming off the bench?
Boswell?
The starting two, yes, Boswell.
I don't know what you do with him because you've started him all year and you don't have an answer at two guard. I'll say this, guys. The little wrinkle that they used kind of worked today when they had Berg playing some point and they had Gillespie at off guard. That was not a bad look. Now, I don't know how many teams you could play that against and get away with it, but that wasn't the worst team I've seen, or the worst thing I've seen. What'd you think of that, Matt? That little wrinkle they had today.
Well, I mean, you've been playing Berg. Boswell, just was ineffective guarding Miles and in foul trouble, so you kind of had to do that.
Yeah, it didn't look bad.
No, Berg held up well. You didn't just get absolutely torched with him out there. He hit a couple of shots.
Yep.
And gave you some decent minutes for who he is.
Yep.
So yeah, you kind of stole some minutes there with him, and he kind of kept you in the game there. But I mean, that's the ultimate flaw of this team. I mean, Boswell really should be that defensive guy that comes off the bench and gives you 12 to 15 minutes, and can be on the floor if you have a lead to close out a game. But he's not a two guard. He doesn't have the handles to be any kind of point guard. I mean, his turnover rate's through the roof. So and ultimately he has to be your starting two guard, and that's just a huge liability that kind of that restrictor play we talked about for this team.
Yep.
Regardless of how good Ament and Gillespie are.
And what it adds up to is 7 crucial turnovers in the second half. And one thing that Maury says it's right is these college kids don't understand when you watch this game how every possession matters. You can't throw any of them away. And Tennessee's simply not good enough offensively to turn a ball over 7 times in a half when you're playing championship basketball. They were really good with it yesterday, but today in the second half, that's not going to work.
Well, Tony, on the way out, and I'll make a couple comments and then a question at the end because I know you've got thousands and thousands on hold. Tony, we can agree to disagree. I disagreed earlier this year about the foul calling and getting on the referees. First point, I want to see Barnes get thrown out of a game for arguing with the referees. I'm sorry, but if I see another jump ball called, we literally Okpara has the ball. The kid's reaching around his back and doesn't even have a hold of the ball. He calls a jump ball. And then right there at the end, they called him Sideshow Bob. Whoever made that comment on YouTube, you're a legend. Tony, this team gets pushed around. They have 3, 4, 5 different scorers down low. Carey gets fouled every time he gets the ball down there.
Thank God they don't call it when he gets fouled, because that's over 2 from the foul line.
Tony,
guy can't shoot foul shots. You want to call fouls on him? You want to call fouls on him?
Do they not call any more body fouls in NCAA?
Did you watch how physical Tennessee was with Auburn in the second half yesterday, Sammy? Or were you just going to ignore that? Or
Tony, listen,
Sammy,
on the way out, I will say this.
Sammy, that was football yesterday. We played with them in the last 10 minutes. Come on, Sammy.
That was not a jump ball at the end, Tony.
Oh, God,
that was not a foul on Berg he called. That was good defense.
Sammy,
anyway, on the way out, Tony.
Yeah.
With that being said, I have never been so more frustrated with a Tennessee basketball team in my entire life. As far as this year goes, with as many turnovers, as just stupid turnovers they make, and how many bunnies can we miss just right at the rim? It's mind-boggling. Tony, on the way out, good. I hope we get a great seed. I'm going to enjoy all the coverage. I want to update on Sawgrass, and my final question is: I want to know the stadium or the arena. I know somebody on hold was there, and they'll be able to tell me what it was, Vanderbilt to Tennessee.
Thank you, brother. It looked like a really good crowd for both teams, and they look like an excellent atmosphere in that place. That's quite a signature event there. You get to see in one window of basketball Kentucky and Florida, Tennessee and Vanderbilt. A Maury, question for you about this Tennessee team. Obviously, these guys miss a lot of layups. Obviously, there's that the inopportune turnover or decision is there. Some defensive lapses. It's all college basketball. It's all imperfect. But this Tennessee team does seem this year to have a like a self-destruction type of thing to it. It's a really weird basketball team, Maury, to win 22 games with a team this flawed. I'm so conflicted thinking about these guys, Maury. Do you join me in that?
Well, Tony, I mean, I'd never put myself in the same box as you. I mean, I'd have to seek therapy if I did that. But to get to 22 wins with this team, and as good a league as the SEC is, Coach Barnes should be applauded for that. We've said all year they basically have two scorers. They don't have a third guy they can go to. I think Matt O'Brien was talking about it earlier. You hope that somebody shows up. But today they didn't, and you can't win a game in a high level game like today is when your best player has a bad game, when you miss free throws. And again, you were still in the game, as you said, because Vanderbilt let them hang around. I mean, people need to think about that. I mean, Tennessee crushed them on the boards,
yes,
but they weren't able to convert second chance points. They how many, as your caller just said, how many bunnies did they miss within 5 feet? I mean, You go back and count them. Just how many easy baskets did they miss? Some of those go in, and then it's a tie game and not 6 points with a minute or two to go. But again, as you said earlier, young players do not understand how important every possession is. When I'd go scout games and I'd see a guy turn the ball over, and the coach would go, "Damn it, Johnny!" And he'd look at him and he goes, "My bad, coach, my bad." And I'd go, I'd kill the guy. You don't want to listen to your coach. The coach knows it's your bad. That's why he's telling you not to do it.
By the way, Tennessee was, if you want the number, from the foul line today, okay, they were 16 of 26. That's how you lose games. Yesterday they were 75% and 77% in the second half. That's how you win games. The layup number is just 10 of 17. Against a smaller team, Matt. Point blank looks at the basket against a smaller, outmanned Vanderbilt front line. Your advantage in the game.
It's not like you were playing against Florida's front line.
Correct. Like Matt said, Matt's right. If Tennessee would have won this game, they would have gotten literally eviscerated tomorrow. As tired as Amen is, it's kind of a blessing in disguise just to sort of peter out and get out of there. Although I do despise with every fiber of my being, as I said earlier in the week, losing to Vanderbilt twice in a week is just hard to take. But, this Byington guy does a really nice job, and this is going to be a great series for years to come. As we're doing a watch along with the baseball team, who are up 2-0 right now at Georgia. Excellent starting pitching thus far for the Vols. Let's go back to our phones. Hello, and I don't think the calls are going to be extremely positive tonight, but I do want to say, hell of a coaching job to get to 22 wins with this flawed basketball team, because they're really flawed. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, guys, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Good to talk to you. On Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime.
Tony, you say, yes, it's great. 22 wins with this team. Okay, that's okay. But when you got a guy, you're paying a guy $4 million like Nate Amen, and you got supposedly a good point guard. Well, and you're getting long in the you're getting older. You're having more years. Barnes got left. Why are you not putting a team together with better players around those two guys? That's incompetence. You have to have that's just incompetence. Why don't you put better players around a guy? They cannot. They the last 7 minutes of the game, they had Carey, Boswell, and Bird on the floor. Who's scoring besides Nate Amen and Gillespie? It's pathetic.
You're getting no argument from me. And as Matt said, who do you want? What else are you going to do? I mean, when Boswell disappears like he did, basically his contribution today was 4 personal fouls in the game and a turnover. He was offensively bad. He was so bad today.
He scored 2 points in 2 games.
That's what, 2? Okay, 2 and 2.
Well, he was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. That was it. He didn't hit a shot in 2 games.
Mm-hmm. And the Evans kid hurt himself, as we reported, which is not out there, but he's dealing with an ankle injury. And we report it because it's the truth. And, again, when he gets hurt on you, and you could see with him, he only played 13 minutes, and he was not anywhere near himself. And Amen obviously was totally gassed after playing 31 minutes yesterday. He had no legs about him. He had no nothing about him. He still managed to will himself to going 10 of 12 from the line and a 12-point game. I mean, he went out there and tried, but he could not get anything near the basket to go in.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been, he's either been really good or he's been really bad. And
but you're right. When they failed to get the kid from Virginia, and the ironic thing about Duke Miles is that Miles was going to go to Virginia, but when they failed to get that kid that ended up at Louisville, that killed them. That just crushed them, and they couldn't overcome it. They went out and they tried to get Abram. They went out and they tried to get Berg in the European market. But that crushed them right there. That was a crushing blow for this team, and they never overcame it.
I don't think they can't. You cannot. I would not bring back Carey, Berg, or Boswell. I don't think they're high SEC caliber players. I just don't. Now, if you want to bring back Boswell to play 10 minutes a game,
yeah,
and you got you a real 2 guard,
yeah.
If we roll out there next year and he's our starting 2 guard, which there's a chance for that to happen. If that happens, then Barnes just not serious. He's not serious. He's just going to ride out
no.
$1 million.
There's no way Bishop Boswell is your starting 2 guard next year. No way.
Tony, come on now.
Come on, Dave. Now Dave, this happened because it was happenstance and they got put in that spot. But they'll get at least 2 guys that'll be able to play over him next year. At least 2. At least.
The Miles guy got $900,000 to play at Vanderbilt. We could have got him for $1 million, but Barnes didn't want to spend it.
I think that's accurate, based on what the conversation I just had. Yeah.
Guy's averaging 17.5 points a game, and he's a better 3-point shooter than anybody we got on our roster.
Maury, better 3-point shooter than anybody we have on our roster. You agree with that, Maury?
I don't know overall, but like I said, he'd be like the third scorer Tennessee doesn't have.
Hey, Matt,
he's not perfect. He's not perfect and whatnot. I mean, it's not like he averaged 20 points a game last year at Oklahoma,
right?
But he'd be the third scorer that Tennessee so desperately needs. It makes everybody look better, where they can't double team in a mint if you had a guy like him out there.
That's right.
That's right. It's just he does a lot of things. He's able to score off the bounce. He's strong. He can take it to the basket. He makes threes.
He's a good defender.
Like I said, he shot 34% from 3 this year.
Yeah, like Matt said about him,
it's a good number.
Yeah,
it's not you're Steph Curry.
I like the kid because he's a smart kid.
It's a good number.
Yeah,
he's a nice player. Average 16 points a game and open. And again, the way they play, he gets a lot of opportunities.
Well.
Is he not Barnes' type of player? You talk about Carr and some players like that Barnes just won't.
No, they were involved with him, Brian. They were just out of money, and he committed to Vanderbilt. So they were obviously considering him. They were involved with him.
Tony, if you're serious about winning, I'm talking about winning, you find the money. There's no rules. You find the money. You do.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Good Good talking to you, Dave. My friends at Waterside Contracting want to remind you that the bottom line is they're your ticket. If you have a dream about buying some land, if you're serious and you're ready to build that house, they are incredible. Custom homes, they do remodels as well, all over East Tennessee. They'll build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. I can't say enough great things about the work of these folks. And you need to check out their website, watersidecontractingllc.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true, Michael Scott, quality without compromise. You'll get more than just a battery for your computer from Waterside Contracting. When it's time for that fresh coat, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Whether it's interior, exterior, Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999 across our Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. Tell them you heard about it right here. 10% off your first job. 865-688-1410. Again, 865-688-1410. That's Walker's Painting. Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. I'll tell you, Matt, I thought about you when I saw Ament hit the deck today. Because if he would have gotten re-injured, and it did not look good there for half a second in this particular basketball game, that with the NCAA up next, that would have been about stupid. These conference tournaments drive me nuts for that reason. And particularly for this basketball team for that reason. Earth to Matt. Let's go back to the phone. Well, go ahead.
He took a lot of contact drawing all those fouls when he went to the line so much in that one stretch.
He sure did, Brian.
He did take more than you would want.
But when he
went, point where he was really tired, where he's more vulnerable in that situation to get hurt.
When he went down on the floor, though, everybody's holding their breath. Everybody in that, even the Vanderbilt fans. Nobody wants to see a talented kid like that get hurt. And that did not look good when he went down. And that's the thing about these tournament games that I don't like. But let's go back to the phones. Hi, welcome in. You're on Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime.
Hey, Tony, this is Miller.
Hey, Miller.
Some stuff on the guys you were talking about that Tennessee didn't get.
Yep.
The kid from Virginia, McNeely, I think.
McNeely, that's right. Yep.
You know, he was coming, and Tennessee didn't have his major in a graduate school. They didn't offer his major. That's why he didn't come.
That's correct. Yep. He committed to him. That's exactly right. Yes.
He's had a terrible year. I think he averaged about 4 points. The other kid that they didn't get, and it was over money, was the Rice kid that played with Gillespie at Maryland.
And he got hurt in November. And I think, I think they're going to try to get back involved with him. A little birdie told me they're going to try to get back involved with him.
Red shirt.
Yep.
But that killed him, especially not getting Rice. Rice is a better player than McNeely. Boswell, truthfully, cannot play on the SEC level. He should be your 7th or 8th man.
Yep.
He's not athletic enough. Tennessee doesn't have a guard on their team that can guard a quick player. And a Tyler Tanner can get to the rim anytime he wants to. And it's got A-Tough, any of those guys. Tennessee can't guard them. And
Hey, Matt, this whole thing about Boswell's defense, I could be wrong, Matt, but I just don't see it. I don't think he's quick. Or he's not instinctive, or he's something.
He's nowhere near athletic enough like Meshack and going back like a Josh Richardson was. He's just not athletic enough to be that lockdown perimeter defender on some of these really quicker, more athletic guards. He just can't do it like those guys can. He's still pretty good. They're really valuable for what Barnes wants in a player, but yeah, he's not that high end, all league, nowhere close to Meshack. There've been huge drop off there.
You know, it's interesting.
Boswell.
Yeah.
Hey,
They've
Tony,
got torched by good guards all year.
All year. Just lit up. Go ahead, Maury. Go ahead, Maury.
no, I agree. One of the first times I talked to you earlier in the season, I just said I didn't think this is one of Coach Barnes' elite defensive teams. I think they've got guys out there putting pressure on the ball, and they get beat off the bounce. And once you get beat off the bounce at the point of attack, you have to help. But they didn't lose this game today because of defense. Vanderbilt shot 40% from the field, 26% from three. They did not lose this game because of defense. I mean, everybody, I know everybody wanted Tennessee to win, and their fans are upset, and, this, that, and the other thing, but they did not lose this game because of defense. Now, again, if you say, like I just said, this isn't one of Coach Barnes' best defensive teams, I would agree with you. They did not lose this game because of defense. Because even though you've got Miles going for a big game, you've got one of their guys going 2 for 14. You got one of their guys, Tyler Nickel, going 2 for 9. They still shot 40% from the field as a team.
Tyler Nickel, I don't know what it is. He is scared to death to play against the Tennessee Volunteers. And I don't know what that's about, but that is...
He's been in a slump against everybody recently.
He does not like playing against us. But anything else for us, Miller?
Yeah, to me, this is the worst roster since you'd have to go back to the Kevin Punter days under Barnes. This is a terrible roster. You got the two guys that can play. Octair could be a bench player for a good team because he can block shots. And Estrella would be a bench player because he can sometimes give you a little scoring.
Yep.
And nobody else on that team would see the floor on your better Florida
on the better teams, yeah, or even on some of our better teams, teams. Yeah, when you look at that roster and you look who was out there today, that's food for thought, man. I think that's true.
That's a mid-major roster, most of them, are mid-major type players, and it is a blessing, a bright side, because they would get humiliated tomorrow. They could play Florida 10 times, and I don't know that they would win a game.
Yes.
Florida and Michigan are the two teams Tennessee absolutely does not want to play. They cannot stay on the floor with either one of them. You hope they get a good draw. Hopefully they get a 6 seed. I'd much rather be a 6 as a 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully they get a 6 and get fortunate, maybe win a couple of games. Other than that, if they win more than 2 games, if they win 2 games, they've done well with this roster.
Oh, hell yeah. Get to the Sweet 16 with that roster, what we saw today, especially the way these guys are going right now. I mean, we just have to be honest about it. If there's one bright spot, Gillespie saw his 3-ball go in today. 3 for 7's a nice day for a guy that was, I think he was 5 for 41, some crazy number like that. So good for him to see the ball go in today.
Well, he's exhausted. Gillespie's exhausted.
Fried. Yeah, he's fried. Yes.
And it would have been nice if they'd had a point guard and Gillespie could have played the 2 some.
Yep.
But they did a really bad job putting this roster together.
Yep.
They got some guys they got absolutely nothing. Amari
Evans.
Abrams.
Amari Abrams.
He's just been out there.
Yeah.
They got nothing from him.
No.
Some of the other guys can't score. Carey, I would have played Brown all year over Carey myself.
They have this fascination with Jalen Carey. I don't, for the life of me, understand it, but they've got a fascination with him.
Well, if you look back on that lob that Vandy threw at the end of the game, Carey was a half a step away from intercepting the pass, but he was too slow. He can't guard. He can't score.
I thought that was over Boswell.
Boswell was the guy on the lob itself, but when they threw the deep pass.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah.
You go back and look. Carey was half a step away from picking that off, but he's not athletic enough. But this is not a real athletic Tennessee team.
No,
truthfully.
It's not. No, and I appreciate your call. Thank you, Miller. Maury, that's the thing that you pointed out to me earlier in the year. You called me and you said, hey, this, for a Tennessee team, this bunch is not quick-footed, basically anywhere.
No, Tony, like I said, they and again, Coach Barnes is a Hall of Fame coach and whatnot, and he's forgotten more than I'll ever know. But I just think with this team, with the the deficiencies, I would say on defense, change your defense up, play zone, like yesterday against Auburn when they just are chucking threes up and they're not a good 3-point shooting team. Go to a zone and play that and rest your guys and things like that. But I just think going out and pressuring the ball and you get beat off the bounce and then somebody has to come help and then you open up an easier shot. But one thing I want to say, I know your callers are frustrated and they talk about, the amount of money they spent. This guy's not good and this guy's not good. Tony, right now, there may be 10 or 20 fan bases in the country. Let's say there's 100 teams that care about basketball. And I'm not talking about Power 5 teams, Dayton and the George Washingtons and, good basketball programs. There may be 10 or 15 fan bases that are, Illinois lost today to Wisconsin. You think the Illinois fan base is happy right now? And again, starting next Thursday, it's a clean slate. Doesn't matter what you've done up to this point.
That's exactly right. 865-200-5402.
It's a shame that they wasted kind of this roster they have with a player like a Mint, who imagine how scary they'd be if they just had
Brian,
one or two more guys, if they were just upgraded a little bit at every position.
It's just one player. That's all it was. They had that McNeely guy, and the irony is the McNeely guy is a nice player that would have been a perfect fit here. He would have fit perfectly offensively and defensively because he's a Barnes type of guy, but it's just the way the cookie crumbled. It's how the portal is going to work until they fix the sport. Some years you're going to have rosters that really work. Some years they're going to mildly work. Some years they're going to kind of work. And some years you're going to look like Kim Caldwell. And who knows why. It's kind of like the whole concept of chemistry on a team. It's like, okay, tell me where that comes from. Tell me where chemistry comes from. But it is certainly a thing. We'll go ahead and go back to our phones. As I remind you, our friends at T3 Vodka, score a T3 every time with T3 Vodka. Today's T3 Vodka 3 of the game, Bri, was scored by whom? Who had the T3 3 of the game?
The long three-pointer by Gillespie that gave him a 7-point lead. That made you think that the momentum was going to turn like yesterday, and you're going to see a repeat. But as quickly as that thing appeared, that lead disappeared even quicker, it seemed.
And just
incredible, a little misjointed turnover, not able to shut down the drive, a three-pointer immediately by Duke Miles who couldn't miss, and the lead was gone. So I have to give it to Gillespie. He had back-to-back threes that were just NBA range.
Mr. Pablo says, I think I need a gallon of T3 vodka after tonight. You can ask for it by name. Filter 10 times 80 proof. A smoothness unmatched. Dedication to excellence. A 5-time gold medal award-winning vodka. It is a SIPS Consumer Choice Award. It's just a great product, and it's brewed right here. And it is great stuff. And Mo, do your shout out, because that's your boy right there.
The great Mark Lester. I drink it a lot, especially when I'm hitting bad shots on the golf course, which I do frequently. It is it's good. It's very good with Arnold Palmer. Lemonade and iced tea and a little T3, and it doesn't get much better than that, Tony.
T3 Vodka, ask for it by name. Before we go back to the phone, Seabird says the Vols are probably a 6 right now. The 5,
I would agree with that.
He says 5 is possible, though, due to predictive metrics, but they're probably a 6. He said if they are a 6, he said the team Tennessee absolutely needs to avoid is Santa Clara. Other than that, smooth sailing, from his opinion, potentially in that type of scenario. He does not want to see Santa Clara across from the Vols. As we go back to our phones, 865-200-5402 is the numero dos. It's a shame we lost because we were going to do a watch party tomorrow at Calhoun's on the River. I was going to announce it. And it really kind of stinks because we were going to gather down there at Calhoun's on the River, where we're going to be playing live music on the 17th. So next week, what day is St. Patty's Day next week, Bra?
It's Tuesday the 17th.
Yep. Aaron,
that's on a Tuesday.
For all my Irish people, I think, Maury, you're Irish, aren't you?
No, Tony, I'm not.
Aaron, go braless.
I do love corned beef and cabbage, though.
Diskin, what are you laughing at? What are you giggling at, Dixon?
You asked Kamar if he was Irish, and him just hard selling no.
Well, I mean, Dixon, how next level?
Come on, Tone.
Dixon, how next
maybe
level?
Maybe he's a paisan.
How next level was the pitching around that that trouble in the fourth inning? That's winning baseball. The Vols are playing here. Good, solid defense. I like this game right here.
Yeah,
what's the score, Tony?
It's up 2-0 after 4.
2-0, top of 5, and we can't bust it great with our bats, but we'll pitch it and we'll field it. We might have to make a 2-0 lead stand up. I don't know whether I believe in that, but I'm going to tell you this right now. My friends at Calhoun's are serving it up every day, and I'm going to make it. It's a family tradition. I'm going for some ribs again tomorrow. And here's the other thing. We'll be out there Tuesday. The deck is now open. We'll be there Friday celebrating the Missouri series. Maury, I might have to get you because Beanstar is going to be in Las Vegas. So I might have to have Mo and Matt out there getting me through the rain, quoting the great Barry Manilow. As we go back to our phones, they are the taste of Tennessee at Calhoun's. You'll taste the freshness at each and every location. Hello and welcome in. You are on the air.
Gino Muppet and Maury.
Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
Hello, Tony.
Hey, hi.
Me and my dad have been to the game 3 different times, and we've lost all 3 of them.
Oh, you've been to 3 different Tennessee basketball games, and they lost all 3. What games have you gone to?
At the all 3 different tournaments.
All 3 tournaments. All right, I'm trying to follow this.
3 SEC tournaments.
Oh, so you've been to 3 SEC tournament games, and they've lost all 3?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man.
But I might have seen the weirdest lineup today. I think it was Jalen Carey, Wayne Brown, Amari Evans, Jacoby Gillespie, and Bishop Boswell.
I think it might have been Berg out there. They had a couple of combinations on the floor today where you kind of went, I don't think we'll score on this trip.
Matt, Brian, what do you think about Carey being out there?
Yeah, Brian, what do you think of Carey?
Well, if I had to be executed by firing a squad, I'd want him pulling the trigger because that would mean a clean bill of health.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. I mean,
day of execution.
That poor Carey guy went, and then Sammy in the Ridge wanted him fouled. I'm like, Sammy, you don't put the guy on the foul line? Yeah, let's see him go to the foul line 16 times so we can miss 12 of them. That'd be fun. Hey, young man, I want to encourage you to keep trying, keep swinging. The sun will come out tomorrow. Whatever you do, don't do like some of your friends and cheer for 5 different teams. You know, so you end up all confused. Hang in there with the Vols. In your lifetime, young man, we're going to get to the promised land. In your lifetime. Anything else for us?
I remember at the start of the game, I think Jalen Carey went 1 of 6 in his free throws.
Yeah, he's pretty good. No, he didn't make one. He was 0 for 4. He was 0 for 4 from the line. Poor fella.
Do you think we're going to the Final Four?
Final Four. Matt, I'll let you answer that, youngster, and all his hope and magical thinking. Why don't you tackle that, Matt? Final Four this year for this team.
No, not this year. This team's not making the Final Four. Not this year. Maybe next year.
Yep, maybe next year. This team here would need just to get on an absolute heater, and they would need a lot of things to happen. Now, I will say this about this team. They compete hard every night. They play out of their minds on the glass. They defend. It's just sad they just don't have enough, what I would call, they just don't have enough offensive players to do that, to win 4 basketball games in the upcoming tournament. I don't think. Maybe they can win 2.
Love the Vols.
Yep. Yes. Do that again. I'm sorry.
I still love the Vols.
Oh, I love the Vols. That's what we're on here for. And I love you calling, man. And I want you to continue to love on this team, and they're going to love you back. Thank you. In fact, that's my drive of the game right there, my Connexial drive of the game. Thank you, young man, and go Vols to you. That's such a great call. I still love my Vols. That's a great way of putting it. I mean, I've already moved over to baseball over here, you know? Knoxville's own transportation logistics tech company, proud sponsor of your My20 drive of the game, revolutionizing your trucking industry nationwide. We want your fleet to be more efficient, drivers and roads safer, take control of your fleet, improve your safety scores. Shout out to Wichita Ken, KONEXIAL.com, KONEXIAL.com, and shout out to Connexial Kristen.
That's the first time they'd ever lost to Vandy in the SEC tournament.
Ugh.
They were 5-0 coming in today.
Oof. That's like Kim Caldwell the other night when they lost to Alabama. It's like the first time since 1984 they lost to them in something like 40 years. That's when you know it's not good. When you do something you either never done or something you haven't done in 40 years, that's when you know it's rough. We'll be with you Sunday night. Will Heflin will be with you Sunday at the conclusion of Tennessee and Georgia's 3rd game in Athens in baseball. Garza Law Extra Innings will be with you here on a special report. March Madness, the March to Madness. The entire crew here, plus a few more, will be on with us, including C. Will be on with us on Sunday, responding to the brackets. And
about time for C. Lenardi to make his March appearance on the show this year.
Hey, Maury, where do you think they put Tennessee? Not in terms of, but like where do you think the games will be? Because now they've got this pod system deal, right?
Yeah, they got the pod system. If you finish 5th or 6th, you don't get any protection, from what I understand.
Yes, that's right. That's what she's.
So you got to look and see who the other 5th and 6th guys are. You got to look at the rest of the bracket and see how many SEC teams are in that part of the bracket. So, I mean, could they wake up and be sent out west? Sure, but they won't get the protection of going to someplace here in the southeast.
And if you had to choose a 1 seed, Maury, for this Tennessee team,
Tony,
actually,
no, I wouldn't even worry about that.
Yeah.
I again, like you talked about earlier,
actually, we're a 6 seed.
If they
anyway.
can win 2 games,
yeah,
they should throw a parade for Coach Barnes. Not that they're not able to.
I stopped myself. Yeah, I stopped myself. I shouldn't even have asked that. I shouldn't have entered that.
Tony. Yeah, pump the brakes, please.
Strike it from the record.
Tony, it's like talking about you buying hair care. Stop. Okay,
Matt.
They need to worry about who they're playing on Thursday or Friday. Get a win. Get to the next round, as they say. Survive and advance. Coach Barnes will have him and his staff will have a great game plan for the first game if they can get by to the which they should be favored in. If it's a 6 playing 11 or a 5 playing a 12. Get a win, get to the next round, and let the chips fall where they may.
Matt and Brian, you guys going to come to my defense on the hair care line, or are we just going to keep going here?
Matt and Brian know I speak the truth, Tony.
Hello and welcome in. Somebody called me today a mop and glow Muppet. online, which I don't appreciate. Hello and welcome in. Let's get our next
Mr. Clean, but hey, it's okay.
Hello. Well, I can't be Mr. Clean. I don't shower enough. Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, it's Gray.
Hey, Gray. Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime. How you doing, Gray?
A little bit disappointed. Who's your guest there? I just actually got on.
It's a great Maury Hanks returning one more time.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Hanks? I don't know. I just, on the one hand, it's like, hey, if you're going to lose a game, go out early in the tournament, get a few extra days of rest, and see what happens when they release the bracket. But on the other hand, it's like, man, I'm just kind of tired of this team. I'm just tired of the late game collapses. I'm tired of the mediocre basketball for long stretches. And, I mean, this has just been a disappointing season. They're getting swept by Kentucky, 2 out of 3 to Vanderbilt, bunch of late collapses. And, I mean, it's allowed. Guys been to 2 Elite Eights in a row. Some years you're going to have a down year. But, man, it's just painstaking to watch game after game. It's same old stuff. And then Barnes stuff with it, the not calling timeouts and the weird substitutions, the weird lineups.
The no-zone defense to take pressure off a team that doesn't defend well.
It's exhausting.
It is. This has been an exhausting team. I'd agree with that. I'm not going to lie to you. This has been. Some are better than others. Some you cry when the season's over. This one here, we're gonna walk with this one together, man.
I got a puppy about a year ago, and that dog still pees in the hallway. And I've trained him, I've done all the stuff you're supposed to do, and it's like this team feels like my puppy. It's just here we go again. He peed in the hallway again. What are you doing? The stupid stuff, the dingy stuff, the low basketball IQ stuff.
Yes, and they do it. They do it in spades here, coupled with the missed layups. That I would love to go back. I guess if I had I don't know what the term is, if I had the wherewithal, the mental acuity, I could go back and count it all up. But the missed layups this year, I can't imagine what the numbers are on the total layups for this team. It can't be pretty though.
Yeah, and the foul shots, too. I looked up the foul shots, and it was actually a little bit better than I expected, but it just seems like they miss a lot.
Yes.
What's the last game that this team put together this season that was just a really good start-to-finish game, or at least the closest thing to it?
The Oklahoma game stands out to me. Of course, they gutted out. Their favorite win of mine is, ironically enough, is the game at Vanderbilt. Because it was just such a testicular fortitude type victory. Matt, how do you answer that? When is the last time you feel like this game really put it together? This team, rather.
I thought you played really well against Alabama here, but with Ament when he went out. Granted, you still kind of blew that lead and lost that game. But considering you didn't have him, I thought you played pretty well against a team that I think is a little bit better than Tennessee. But no, the game in Nashville was pretty good. You won that one, found a way to win that one. But no, it's just a flawed team with just a limited upside because they can't make up. This team just doesn't have any margin for error because they can't make up for the mistakes that they make. They just, unless Amen or Gillespie go off, you can't make up for the missed free throws, the missed bunnies around the rim, the lack of being elite defensively like the Ziegler and Maystack teams were. This team just can't afford to do that, and they do just enough stuff to beat themselves.
Yep, or keep everybody in games. And I mean just about everybody they play stays in games with them for that reason.
Well, Tony, with this team, it seems like they'll probably handle the first-round opponent pretty well. They have enough athleticism and talent, but I think they're going to be in real trouble in the round of 32.
Thank you, my friend. It's very possible. Here's who Tennessee's going to see. This is what Seed believes is going to happen. You guys tell me what you all think. Potential first-round opponents are, if you look at the way the card lays right now, High Point, McNeese State, Anthony's Yale boys from the Ivy, Akron, Maury's boys at Akron, South Florida, VCU, and that VCU team is always kind of interesting, but VCU, SMU, former employer of the ice handler, Miami of Ohio, and then Santa Clara, who C said you do not want to see in that first round. He does not want to see them. Potential second-round opponents, while we're on the subject, include, and this is when, for Tennessee, toggling where they're toggling right now, include, Maury, check this out. When Maury talks about getting to the Sweet 16 being an accomplishment, you will have to go through the likes of Nebraska, Illinois, Purdue, Virginia, and that young Odom kid and that team they've put together in 1 year, Kansas, who we saw earlier in the year, or Texas Tech. Sounds like a pretty tough road there, Mo.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa State could also be a 3 seed. So like I said, they've got, again, you line up and play who's in front of you, but if they can get by the first round, all you got to do is, like today, Vanderbilt didn't play good. They played good enough. They made a few more free throws.
Yep.
They won the game. So if Tennessee can get by the first round, you get to the second one. If maybe there's an upset, you get to the second weekend. They get to the second weekend. It's been a good year.
Want to shout out my friends at We Ship Floors. The great Alan's been with us all season. Contractors, homeowners, listen up. Alan at We Ship Floors, they're running an incredible sale right now. They're running a closeout sale. This stuff is first run, first quality, unbelievable savings for you. He just has a bunch of colors that he has to close out. So his dilemma is your gain. And let me tell you, you go on that website and you look at how beautiful this Super Core floor is, and you're going to be dealing with a guy that sells worldwide, right out of Johnson City, the millions and millions and millions of square feet that he has available. It is quite the operation. And I'm talking about Super Core floor, LVP flooring, stone plastic composite, best LVP product available anywhere. Anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Say it with me. Say it loud. Say it proud. WeShipFloors.com. WeShipFloors.com. As the Vols have run into some duress at Georgia, it is the bottom of 5. Georgia's played at a run on a home run, and they also now have a man at second who hit a 1-2 pitch that was high up in his face and was able to fight it off for the hard hit base hit. So the ball's getting up a little bit here, and I don't know. We're leaking a little oil here. Got to get an out. Get out of this 5th inning against this dangerous Georgia team. Then we go back to the phones. I remind you, my friends at VIP Play, look, couple games in the night card, all kinds of stuff this weekend, and of course we're getting ready to celebrate a great time of the year. Shout out Bino Jeff Henderson, because March Madness, there's just nothing like it. It's the best event in the world. They got all kinds of special stuff coming up with March Madness there. And you got to, when you click on the app, look on the specials tab, and you'll see it right there on the front, scrolling across the top. VIP Play, you bet $20, you get $100 in bonus bets instantly. The phrase that pays, and you tell them that Tony sent you. The promo code is TNTony. Again, the promo code is TNTony. 200 leagues live always, numerous bet types, props, options, and you got a great golf tournament going on in Jacksonville as well at TPC Sawgrass. Hey, Maury, have you ever played that golf course? You ever played TPC Sawgrass?
No, I've not, but I'm watching it right now.
It's phenomenal.
You ramble. When Matt and Brian talk, I listen, and when your great callers call in, when you're rambling, I'm watching Brandel Chamblee.
I love
big a win
him.
bag as you, but it looks fantastic.
That's why I love the guy. Gambling problem, 800-889-9789, 21 and over, located in the great state of Tennessee to place a bet. And it's a 2-2 game now in the bottom of 5 as Georgia has exploded for 2 runs. A home run and then just some great 2-out hitting. Let's get our next call in. You're on the air. Hi, it's Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime, presented by Marcos Garza, the Garza Law Firm. You're on the air.
Hey, Tone. Johnny Ball's calling in.
Hey, John, welcome in.
Hey. And Coach Hanks, I promise not to hit you with like 40 million questions as I did yesterday. At the 12:05 mark, I was like, I got to write that down. 12:05 mark. Vandy was changing momentum in their favor, and you know I'm a lot calmer these days. Whereas in my younger years, I would have been screaming, "Call a insert a word, timeout, Barnes." What is it? What is it? Why will he not? I've heard him say like, well, I can't go out there and play. What good is a timeout? I'll need that timeout later. Why, I just feel like, he listens to stuff. Why is he so stubborn? Really?
All I can say at the 12:00 again.
Go ahead, Maury. You're going in and out. Say that again. Maury, you're skipping on me. What were you going to say? Hey, Matt Dixon, let me ask you, why do you think Barnes isn't the timeout guy? He just kind of refuses to do it in certain spots.
I'm not sure. Jeez.
Guys.
He's just never been that guy.
No, he hasn't, Matt.
Wow.
And, at some point, do his assistants not say something, or they, just yes men or whatever,
Maury, do assistant coaches tell a head coach you got to get a timeout here? Do you tell a veteran coach like that, Maury, you got to get a timeout? Can you do that with a veteran coach? How do the dynamics work on that, Mo? Brian, did you hijack Maury again? And
Absolutely
cut him,
not.
Did you cut him off?
He might be unable to get unmuted.
Somebody might have just hit one close on 17 down there at Sawgrass.
Can you hear me, Tony?
Yeah,
there we
Maury.
There we go.
Hey, Matt and Brian, come on now. I'm better than that. No, Tony, but
go ahead.
Again, I'm glad your caller said the time. At the 12:05 mark, in 5 more seconds, you're getting a timeout. You don't want to waste one of your timeouts. Now, so, again, I don't know what was going on at that point, but at the 12:05 mark, there's a media timeout coming in 5 more seconds, at basically the next dead ball. So you wouldn't call – I wouldn't have called a timeout. But I know that Coach Barnes has been known. I hear people talk about that. A lot of people go back to John Wooden. John Wooden said, I don't need to call timeout because we've seen this in practice. I'm going to say him for later in the game. The thing I would go back to then is Coach Wooden had the best players and had the best team. But again, at the 12:05 mark, coaches are looking at it and saying, I've got to get through literally the next possession, and the next foul is going to be or the next turnover is going to be a timeout. That's why he probably didn't call one at the 12:05 mark. But I've heard Tony's callers and Tony talk about him not taking the timeout. So I'm not arguing that fact. I'm just saying today at the 12:05 mark, he's probably looking at it and saying, in 5 more seconds, the next dead ball, the next foul, it's going to be stopped for me.
And Mark Griffin of the Lunchy Bunch on Tuesday said, watch that coming up in the tournament, the way these guys try to manipulate around that TV timeout, because some choose to wait, and some will burn that timeout immediately knowing I've got another TV timeout coming. But, hey, I want to stop the flow. I happen to agree with you. This guy here acts like he's going to redeem them at the end of the year for something, and I don't understand it. But it's his style. It's what he does. He wins a lot of games.
Yes, he does. Well, that's a great answer. Thank you. The missed free throws, I mean, that's just, I mean, this is, big time college basketball. You've got to shoot. I feel like you've got to shoot, 70%, and really those guys should be hitting 80%. There's a reason they call it free throws, correct? I mean, that's an old thing.
Yeah.
It's very, as we all have said, this team is very maddening, frustrating, and we love them, though. And I appreciate you all doing the shows all year. Thank you so
brother.
much, and thanks for taking my call, man.
Thank you. As John departs, you can jump in at 865-200-5402. To his point about the
Tony, did you ever figure out who muted me?
Vanderbilt shot 84% on the year. I think it was Brian. Vanderbilt shot 84% on the year, and the Vols have sort of unraveled here in the fifth as Georgia's played at 4 runs. So a 4 spot for the Dogs, and they're still batting with 2 outs. Brady Frederick there. Pitch location in this inning has gotten Tennessee. We go back to our phones if you want to get in the hunt and in the mix with us. The caller I was just getting ready to go to hung up. So if you want to get in, jump in with us at 865-200-5402. As I remind you, shout out to our friends, Dos Equis Lager Especial, the Golden Pilsner style beer that's going to make March such a better watch. Shout out to my friends at Dos Equis, 2026 Cervezas Mexicanas. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tony, it's Philly's John.
Hey, John. Good to hear from you, man.
How we doing, buddy?
Good to talk to you.
You too, buddy. Is anything more predictable than this team?
No, they've got their flaws, and their flaws are on display for all to see. No question.
I mean, you can almost say right now we're going to win the first tournament game.
Yes.
Get to the round of 32. Probably be a pick-em type game no matter who we play.
Yep.
And it will come down to whether or not we make our free throws or whether or not we have these stupid lineups that we play. I mean, at what point, where is and maybe Maury can answer this, but where is the line for, okay, this guy is worth playing or is he not? Is Carey worth playing? Because he can't jump. He can't make a free throw. He can make a layup. Boswell is supposed to be a good defender. But if you can't score,
he's not even a good defender, though. That's the thing about him.
Well, but that's supposed to be the best part of his game. And I don't want to hate on him. I like his story. He's single mom, and he's struggled to get where he is. I'm pulling for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, this team is just so frustrating.
Oh, it's several people have articulated that. This has been the end of today's game by both teams. Just speaks to where we are in modern college ball. Because neither one of those teams respected the time and the score in that game. And Vanderbilt's trying to salt the game away. Hey, Matt, who was it from them that pulled from 35 with 90 seconds left and with about 18 seconds on the shot clock, Matt, just pulled from 35? When you're trying,
I think it was the Chandler Bing, the Friends character from the right corner.
It makes zero sense.
I mean, even that incredible pass that Tanner made from the backcourt. I mean, it worked, and that led to that lob dunk. Those are just such high risk passes.
Stupid.
It's crazy but they struggled to close it out. They struggled to close out the game here. Florida struggled to put Kentucky away today as well.
It's a new thing.
I mean, and I think Vandy's a really well-coached team with some smart players.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, they can't close out games, and almost nobody can this year. It's a really odd thing to see. I don't know if it's overcoaching, the lack of coaching, just the lack of that chemistry, cohesiveness with roster turnover. But I mean, there's going to be a team or two that lose here next weekend in a game that they've totally dominated and controlled for 35 minutes because they can't close the game out.
Maury, that is a great stick by Matt, isn't it? In this transfer portal era, that's an epidemic thing in the game. The way these kids they don't value possessions, Maury, and they don't value the clock and the score and all that stuff. It's very strange.
No, they don't, Tony, and also what they, again, you think the teams now they've played, what's Tennessee played, 33 games or whatnot, and same thing with Vanderbilt. But like I said, it's just with the transfer portal and the teams not being, used to have guys 3-4 years, playing and things like that. So you kind of knew where everybody was on the floor. And again, you should be used to playing with them now after 33 games. But like a guy in an NBA scout texted me, I didn't watch it, but he said the second half of the Florida-Kentucky game was just horrendous. And by the way, that was a great call by your man, Philly's John. But to ask that question.
Go ahead, John. He's still here. Go ahead, John.
So you talking about the clock?
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, Berg. I mean that play where there's 4 seconds on the shot clock. We throw it in.
Yeah.
And he fouls a jump shooter. Now, okay, they show the replay. Maybe he didn't foul him. Maybe it was a bad call. But you don't put yourself in a position.
You can't be there. That's right.
You can't be there. I learned that at Bearden Middle School basketball. I got cut from the team.
Yeah, you can't.
Tony.
That's right. No, I feel you. Listen, these guys all year long are just going to do bizarre things, but somehow they've won 22 games. They're going to be a 6 seed. They played in the top half of this league all year till right to the very end. They almost were a 4 seed. If Nate Ament didn't get hurt, they would have been a 4 seed. So it's pretty remarkable when you think about the year they've had with the roster limitations, and this is a limited basketball team all the way.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just so predictable. Like,
yep.
We got Ament, we got Gillespie.
Yep.
They're going to have good games. If they have great games, we're going to advance.
Yep.
If they don't, or we miss free throws, we're going to lose.
Listen, I appreciate you, Philly Sean, and it's pretty well put. If they shoot the ball real well, Rick Barnes said something really, really interesting, Maury, that you and I talked about. And Matt, you brought this up yesterday. Mark Griffin talked about it. They had to get Ament some game time this week just to do it. They didn't want to do it in the NCAA tournament because coming back, shooting off to the side and playing in a game are two completely different things. Working out off to the side and playing in a game are two completely different things. Barnes said the following: they debated whether or not Ament should play today, and they probably should have not played him. He said, and if we would have won today, he would not have played any more this weekend. Now that is an interesting thing, Maury, for the head coach to say after today's game.
Yeah, and again, I'm not there day to day. If that's how he felt, I probably wouldn't have played him today and rested him. If you were able to eke it out, I would have played tomorrow. But, Florida's a very good team, so the chances of them winning. But, Coach Barnes there every day. He's been doing it forever. He's a Hall of Fame coach, so he knows them better than me. But that's a pretty good statement there.
Matt, what do you make of that statement from Coach Barnes?
Well, it's pretty accurate. He clearly didn't have it. He didn't have that lift and just that extra kind of gear that he showed yesterday against Auburn in the second half. They set him for a large chunk of the first 10 minutes of the second half. He wasn't out there, and then they put him in, and he kind of tried to take over the game, and like he did yesterday, but just couldn't do it. But still got to the foul line. It's a kind of a blessing in disguise that they're not playing tomorrow, because they would just have no legs against a much better team that would just dominate them. But it hates that the trade-off is you lost to Vandy again. But it was clear Ament just didn't have it today. So but I do think it's good that he got out there and got 2 games under his belt. So hopefully you're kind of geared up for Thursday or Friday.
Back to the phones we go at 865-200-5402. I want to shout out my man Josh Collins and your Collins Insurance Agency. I want to encourage you to experience the Collins Insurance difference online at collinsinsuranceTN.com. Absolutely next level. I love Josh. Such great people. You talk about a guy that will treat you right as we're live on Garza Law Tennessee Basketball Overtime. And Josh, I'm guarantee he was there today. Josh loves his Tennessee Vols and loves his basketball. Hello and welcome in. You are live on Garza Law Tennessee Basketball Overtime. Hi.
Tony B, Vinny Bank.
Hey, Vinny, welcome in.
How you doing, brother?
I'm okay, man.
Looking at our basketball history, if Tennessee somehow slips into the Sweet 16 this year, that's 4 years in a row. We've never done that.
I'd say 4 years in a row getting to Sweet 16 in the modern era is a pretty good accomplishment. When you look around.
Yes, but we've never done that.
Oh, I believe that.
Correct.
We've
never done that.
We've gotten to the Sweet 16 a sneaky amount of times, though, since 2000 for an alleged football school.
No, that's true.
Yes.
I remember Tony Harris.
Nice.
Remember that team?
Absolutely.
Tony Harris.
Sure, I was here.
And we played North Carolina.
Yep.
In the Sweet 16, and they beat us.
And who was the winner going to get when we lost that Friday night game? Do you remember?
Tulsa.
Shea Seals and Tulsa. That's exactly
Bill
right.
Self.
And Bill Self was there.
Bill Self, Tony.
That's exactly right. Shea Seals and Tulsa.
I guess my point here is, we've never been to Final Four, and we're probably not going this year with this team. They're too inconsistent. But sometimes you got to appreciate what you got.
Oh, I think it's a hell of a coaching job to win 22 games with these guys. I think that's a great coaching job. I've said it the entire show. When I watch that team, I say to myself, how in the world did they win 22 games? That team right there I just watched.
I'd 100% agree with you. Now, I do have a specific question as to a player and whether he should be playing in the NCAA tournament.
Hit it.
Okay? And that's Jalen Carey, because he can't hit a free throw to save his life.
I don't understand.
So if you put that guy in the tournament and he gets fouled, banging down low, he's just going to clank free throws. Do you reduce your rotation?
I don't get it.
He's going to miss 2 layups and rebound his own miss, and then on the third one get fouled and miss both free throws. That's how it's going to go.
No offense to him, but he's the poster child for how maddening this team is.
I agree with you. It's like pulling teeth.
No, these guys aren't fun to watch, and that kid right there is chief among them.
Do you reduce the rotation? Is the question?
No, you can't. You got to do what you got to do what you do and what you've done all year. Now, here's what you can't do. And Maury, this is what's interesting about the Carey guy. I don't think they realized how much he cannot play against length. But if they draw length, Maury, he has to play less, right? He just has to because he doesn't function well against it. What do you think,
Tony,
Mo?
here's the deal. Who are you going to throw out there?
Matt asked me that earlier.
It's easier to say this, that, and the other thing, but again, who are you going to throw out there?
All right, Vegas. Vegas.
Estrella's a nice player, but he just gets knocked around and he gets moved like a chess piece because he's so light in the ass. Akpara can't score in a locked gym, by himself. So again, they all have warts. They just, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't.
Vegas, who are you going to put out there? If you're going to take Carey's minutes away, it's a great question.
Well, I think I'm going. I think I'd probably go smaller with Amari Evans.
But he's got an injured ankle. He's got an ankle injury. That's why he wasn't himself this weekend.
Days. We got 8 days. We got 7 days of tournament, right? The ones were Friday.
6
Friday
days.
game.
6 if you play
7
on
days.
Thursday.
Thursday game. 6 days.
Yep.
One thing that we all forget is we had K. Phillips, Blossoming,
Oh, there's no doubt. That changed the season. That altered the season. There's no doubt about that. That altered the season. Huge
100% correct.
Huge,
now you're dealing with
loss.
6'10" and a half guy.
Yes.
Can jump out of the gym.
Oh, he's a nice
defend.
athlete. Nice athlete. No, zero.
And you don't have that.
Listen, next year, and I appreciate the call. I don't think Carey's here next year. I think Tennessee's front line of that Brown kid who, when they get a full year with him in the weight room and the whole deal, it's going to be a really nice player. They like him an awful lot, the true freshman. Now, he's kind of gotten lost here a little bit, but that's, he's a true freshman. Phillips comes back. Their big conundrum is, do we pay what's going to be the going rate for Estrella, who is a highly skilled player, but like Maury said, will get shoved around. He's always hurt. But when he's on, he's really, really good. He's got skill. And then you go and you get two pieces in the backcourt to go with those guys. And you bring that Evans kid back who they love. And they're going to have to fend off. They're going to have to pay to keep the Evans guy. The Villanovas of the world are all over him. A couple other Northeastern teams are all over him. St. John's likes him. Patino, who kind of knows what he's doing. But let's go ahead and get a few more calls in, and then we'll get out of here, as this is too fun for me. And the baseball Vols, Matt, are mounting a little bit of a rally here in the sixth inning. Talk to me, Matt. What do you think?
Yeah, got a single and a walk to start the sixth after giving up the 4 spot and chase Georgia's starter from the game. So
what's the score now, Matt?
Georgia's winning 4-2. They scored 4 runs with 2 outs, and I believe every hit came with 2 strikes as well.
It was frustrating. In the bottom of the fifth. Yeah, it was really frustrating.
To take a 4-2 lead.
Ole Miss has still never trailed in the SEC tournament. They were up 25-18 with 10 minutes to go in the first half against Alabama. And it's 27-18.
They've not trailed. About a team that's disappointed with their money they spent.
That's exactly right. Very quietly, they're one of the big spenders in the league. Very quietly. Matt, you like sacrificing there in that spot, what they just tried to do?
If they know that Stone Laws can get it down and they trust him, he's been struggling at the plate recently. I mean, it gets you the tying run in scoring position with 1 out, so I don't hate it.
Yeah, he looked totally uncomfortable doing it, but I agree with you. Let's go back to the phones. 865-200-5402, the number. Shout out to my friends at Performance Medicine. You perform your best at Performance Medicine. They're online at performancemedicine.net. We're logging some serious hours here. Now, Dr. Rogers can't find anything for my hair, but other than that, I mean, they got me performing at the top of my game. My game. Online. And I want to encourage you to go over and check out their YouTube channel. They're incredible. They've got 2 locations here in Knoxville and, of course, in the Tri-Cities as well. Shout out to Performance Medicine. It's Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime. Presented by Marcos Garza, your Garza Law firm. Let's get our next call in. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, Tony. How you doing?
Hey, welcome in.
I mean, I would say that Rick Barnes is a really good coach, but I don't know that he's a good roster manager. And what I mean by that is, I know that people will tell me that I'm crazy, but if you take the kid from SMU that was on the roster at Tennessee, you take Cam Carr, you take Freddie DeLeon, you take the guy at Arizona, all the people that were there, and now they're gone. And you look at who we replaced them with.
But when you say that, see, it's a little out of context.
Tony, can I answer that?
Well, I want to go ahead, Maury, because they're
so it's easier said than done. They knew Cam Carr was going to be a good player. He wanted to play major minutes a lot earlier, and he did. So all these guys, they want instant gratification.
That's
3 years ago, he wouldn't have played at Baylor. The kid wouldn't have played at Arizona. They wouldn't have played at different places. And again, the business has changed. So, but everybody and their handlers and their family, the biggest joke about this business is everybody thinks they're playing in the NBA. Like when I was an NBA scout, I'd go, my friends would say, hey, can you talk to our team after practice? first thing I do, hey, gentlemen, thank you very much. Hey, guys, how many guys do you think play in the NBA? There'll be 13 guys there, 14 guys in the roster, sir. 11 of them would raise their hand. I'd go, damn, coach. I go, congratulations. He'd look at me. He'd go, what? I go, you're going to win the national championship. And the kids would look at me, and they go, you know why I say that, guys? Because no team's ever had 11 guys playing in the league on one college team. I said, you guys are all delusional. So all those guys that have left, they knew they were good players. Like, they're the ones that went out and signed them. But they didn't want to stay here. They wanted to go someplace else. If they would have stayed here, they'd be playing them. You wouldn't have to replace them with the players you're talking about.
And here's the other thing. Just to go to those 4 individual players, they did not want to lose the kid to SMU. But the ice handler took him. They didn't want to lose him. They liked him. They liked B.J. Edwards. Despite what people think. They had plans for him, but he left. Cam Carr was a guy that wasn't serious. Rick Barnes was not going to put up with him. It wasn't going to happen. They did not. This Tennessee baseball team drives me nuts. Because something just happened that was awesome in the game, but of course they strike out. Teams in the past would have hit that ball in the gap. Matt, am I lying? After that play they made in the dugout?
Correct. No. Yeah.
This team here.
Matt, tell Tony to Matt.
I'm sorry. So those are 2 of them. The third one that you mentioned, of the 4, they did not. Freddie DeLeon was never going to play here. Not a serious basketball player, is up there at Penn State running around, was never going to play, not a serious player.
Playing on a terrible team.
He's better than Berg.
He's
better than Berg.
Baylor was terrible, too.
He was never going to play. You could say he's better than Berg. Not really. No.
Well, he is.
Well, he's never.
But again, but DeLeon doesn't think he's the 7th or 8th player like Berg does.
Yeah,
DeLeon thinks he's the guy.
Yeah, he was never going to play.
That's the problem with not just the guys, but everybody.
And the other guy, the guy that's at Arizona, broke their heart because they had already lost.
They didn't show him any love.
They
went after the kid from Ohio State.
No, wherever
he was from.
They had already lost.
He went.
Akpar is a nice player.
Arkansas.
Akpar is a nice player, but the kid went to Arkansas. They were shocked when he went to Arizona. Arizona bought him off the roster. It is what it is.
Well, he's a really good player at Arizona.
He's got a guard over there right now. He's got a guard sitting on the bench right now that will never play, that'll leave there and average 20 points a night. He's a freshman over there.
The Henderson kid?
Now.
Yeah, he's a nice player. Yeah, he's a nice player.
And he's going to leave. He's as good as gone. Mark it down. And you'll be lucky to keep the kid that's playing decently right now as a freshman.
No, he's going to be very expensive to keep. You're right.
I mean, it's just a frustrating thing. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. Rick Barnes should never recruit Cam Carr if he doesn't think Cam Carr's
Well, that's a great criticism. That's a well done, good and faithful servant criticism by you, my friend. Because you're exactly.
He recruits these guys and then he doesn't play them. They get in his doghouse and they stay there.
You're exactly right.
Well, the DJ Burns kid is another one that. Why did he even bother recruiting?
Well, that's exactly right, Brian.
Well, he's not the one that recruits them, and that's where the issue. That's where the roster construction problem is his assistants bring guys in that there's a very high likelihood that they're not going to work out and fit in what Barnes wants to do.
Yes.
I mean, like Awaka's a really good player, and I hated losing him.
Hated him.
But you're the best offensive rebounding team in the country. Like, he doesn't help this team. The Cam Carr one, he was never going to work here, but he's kind of the missing piece to a lot of Barnes' teams and is, I think, the best example of why Barnes just doesn't get over the hump in the postseason, because he doesn't have a guy like Cam Carr because he kind of weeds those guys out of his program.
That's exactly a great point. You get no argument from me there.
That's one of those 7-second guys that Maury talks about that Barnes, and even the way that they run their offense, they try to avoid having to rely on those guys when those are the guys that ultimately win games in March.
You know what they don't do, Matt, that drives me crazy under Barnes? And this is I'm just keeping it real. They don't call numbers for people. You got to call. Look, if I got Nate Ament and he's 100% healthy in the postseason, which I don't think he will be, but I'm calling his number, man. I'm calling his number. This guy doesn't do that. He won't do it. He'd rather lose than win that way. And I don't understand it, but again, he's won a lot of games. It's hard to argue with it. So,
all right.
Thank you, my friend. Good talking to you. But the four guys you mentioned, like the Cam Carr thing, he was never going to play here. They hated losing Tobe Awaka. Now he's a nice player on a really good team, no question. They hated losing him. Manny Marinmat hitting a ball basically off the fence with 2 outs in the top of 6.
He's been he's had a couple of clutch hits.
Yes.
In his career here, he had maybe the biggest swing of the year last year. I think it was a 3-run homer against Wake Forest that basically was the same hit he just had. He just went out at Lindsey Nelson. But no, that's a really big response from this team to come back and tie the game up. That's a hit that this team just hasn't had all year.
James Daniel 4 said Dalton Knecht had the most ISO possessions of any player in the country 2 years ago. Hey, there's exceptions to all rules.
Yeah,
How many?
He's the one example of that, and that's why
that's it, James. And that's it, James. James, you'll sit down and you'll be quiet now. He's the only one, brother. He's the only one. Show me other examples of that, James, because he doesn't recruit those players, James. So you can shut the hell up, James. I'm sick of your shit too. You can shut the hell up. Show me another one, James. Give me other examples. Go ahead, James. The floor's open for you. Go ahead, keyboard coward. Lay it on me, brother. I'm waiting. The floor is yours, James. Give me examples, James. And I want you to point out in March. I want in March when they put the ball in the hands of the 7-second players, James. When we started the overtime with Purdue, James, who was on the bench, James? The guy that's over with the Carolina right now was on the bench, James. Go ahead, James. Come on, James. You're an expert, James. You come in here and talk shit all the time. No, Bri. No. Go ahead, James. Go ahead, James. Yeah, okay, James. That's what I thought. He told me to stick to baseball. James, you see what happens with you is you're in 24-hour timeout, brother. Now let's go back to the phones. What a punk and a clown. Because I got the power of the button, James, and you don't. One of us has the power of the button. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, welcome in.
This is Jack.
Hey, Wartburg.
I don't understand all these fans getting all sideways. I mean,
yep.
I mean, it is what we got what we got.
Yep.
I mean, we know that. I mean, this could possibly be Barnes' best coaching job.
It's an incredible coaching job, no question.
Everybody wants to jump on Barnes and want something new.
Mm-hmm.
You better watch what you wish for.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going to be all right. We've been to Elite Eights. And if it wasn't for Zach Edey getting everything called, every foul on him, you know, I feel like we beat them and go to the Final Four. But if everybody wants to live back in the past, let's go to the future. They whiffed on this year and didn't get what they needed.
Yep.
And that's okay. We know what we got. Quit getting uptight. Quit getting hostile about it, and let's move forward. Next year, let's go get Rice or Freeman, and they're in on this Juke Harris, I'm hearing. So the guy's a good player. Let's get two of those three, and let's retain Brown and Evans, like you've talked about.
You're talking about the kid from Wake Forest, right?
Yes.
Super duper expensive. Hey, Maury, question about a guy like Juke Harris that's slated to go at the bottom of the first round. Last year, Alabama talked the Phylon kid into sticking around, and it worked out well for him. Might have played his way into the top of the draft. That's a lot of money, Maury. Obviously, Juke Harris might do the same thing. In your mind, Maury, if you were advising a kid, would you tell a kid to come back if they could improve their stock like that? If they had
Tony, if a guy could go in the top 15 or 8, and again, it's changed the last few years since I've been out of scouting, but I know enough to think that if you talk to the people in the NBA, and they usually give you a pretty good feedback, you know, if it's not just one team, you've got to get an overall feel of where your player is. And if you're in the top 15 or 18, I go because number one, you get to your second contract faster, which is where you really make money. Number two, let's say you go back to school. Yeah. The kid at Texas Tech, Toppin, he wasn't going to be. He was going to be late first round, early second round. He blows his ACL out. Now he got good money right now, but if you're 18. If you're the 18th pick in the draft and you turn that down, guaranteed three-year contract, like one of your callers called after the South Carolina game and said, Ament's not ready. I didn't argue that fact. Most players aren't ready. Mm-hmm. But if he's the 10th pick, he's guaranteed $16 million. Yeah, let's say Tennessee comes back and says, here's $5 million. If he blows his knee out, is Tennessee going to give him that $9 million to cover that? No,
LeBaron Philon bet on himself, though, Mo, and the bet's going to pay off. Right,
but again, I was raised by parents that grew up during the Depression. I'd rather look at a glass half full than half empty.
Yeah, but that's what Tennessee's up against.
For everybody that says it's going to work,
yep.
I've seen a lot of kids over my career that it didn't work out.
Because Harris is projected to be a bottom of the first round guy, and who knows? Depending on what he hears, that one's going to be photo finish. I think there, Wartburg, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, what irritates me the most is these ball games taking 2 hours and 30 to 45 minutes. I mean, it takes away from the game. It takes flow away from the game, and you kind of lose interest in them whenever we're going to the monitor. These coaches are asking them to go look at the monitor.
Yes,
and some of these phantom calls. I really feel like some of these calls. I watched Tennessee game closer than I have any others, but the Auburn, the Auburn guard, he gets, I don't know how many phantom calls. I mean, don't even touch him. I think some of these refs are calling on what they're expecting to happen rather than what they see happen. Because there's times they call a foul, they blow the whistle and call a foul, and there's nobody even touching nobody.
Well, the thing that's silly out loud, and Ravitch today, I thought he was going to blow his toupee off in the middle of that thing. He about blew his top today, Maury, about the stoppages in play. I mean, these guys doing the game on ESPN are even getting irritated, and they're the ones for the slowdown. I mean, they're the ones that have slowed the game down to a crawl, but they were even getting irritated when they had to reset some piece of equipment in there. They had to reset it. Something I've never heard of.
Remote equipment, Tone, that you may have thrown out?
I mean, what the hell was that? We're at the SEC tournament. We got to hit the reset button. You got to take
It's 2026.
You got to take a 10-minute timeout. You can't play without your remote equipment. I mean, what are we doing here?
How about the Big 12 tournament? The guy that's the commissioner that's smarter than everybody.
Yep.
He wants to put a glass floor out there, and guys are slipping like they're playing on an ice hockey rink.
And why? Because they were playing on a piece of glass. I don't know why they didn't think about that, Maury. So we're going to play on a
big. Somebody got hurt real bad. What kind of liability would they be for?
Exactly.
Responsible.
It was their belt packs. It was their somebody. NECA Dave said they had to reset a pocket rocket. I don't know what that means, but sounds good. Anything else for us, Jack? You've been a great caller.
It's Pettiford. Pettiford's the kid that guard. If he makes it to the NBA, he's done in on the bit. All he does, he's worse than LeBron James.
He's a foul grifter. The biggest foul grifter in the world. James Daniel IV's not going to like me saying this because I actually know something about basketball. Plays for the New York Knicks. He is the foul grifting. He almost signed with my Temple Owls. That Brunson kid, total foul grifter. And at that level, hey, maybe he'll be able to get away with it. But thank you for the call. I love a league where half the teams are trying to lose right now.
Jack telling people to quit getting mad over losing a relatively meaningless SEC tournament game to Vandy is next level.
We love you, Jack. Matt's keeping receipts for when you threatened to beat up Tony Vitello.
Hey, he was the catalyst for that title run.
No question.
Vitello. I mean, Vitello might not have coached angry if Jack hadn't threatened to whip his ass.
I sent Tony that call, and Tony sent back a text saying, "What the hell is that?" And Jack from Wartburg bought a book of tickets, Maury, to the SEC baseball tournament, and the Vols got beat and got eliminated, and Jack called in and said if he caught Vitello out, the man would wear an ass whipping.
Hey, I wouldn't mess with Jack.
See? That's a
I agree with Matt and Brian that he was a good call. Just like your other call before talked about going to 2 Elite Eights and the Sweet 16. Tony, I said this years ago when I first came on your show. I know everybody wants to go to the Final Four. I know all your Tennessee fans do.
Yep.
But again, you stealing more stuff from me. The other day you talked about South Carolina. That's what I told you back then. Would you rather be South Carolina and wear your Gamecocks jersey, wear your Vols, and go to the Final Four and walk around?
So true.
But for the next, very few teams can go to the NCAA tournament every year and have a chance. Like I hate to say it, I'm biased. My good friend Mick Cronin. You think the people at Cincinnati who just fired their third coach since Mick left, you think they want Mick Cronin back, who went to the NCAA tournament 9 straight years?
They got bored with it, Maury.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like you watch out what you wish for.
Yeah.
Maury, I hope you saw that sweatsuit he was wearing last night before their game.
Pimping.
No, I did not. I
texted him blue UCLA sweatsuit on. It was next level.
And you know what?
I texted him last night when I woke up. And I'm not staying awake for much. And I woke up and I saw they won, and I sent him a text, and he texted me this morning.
Hey,
but
Maury,
I did not see his attire.
I used to look at him on the sidelines and think that guy looks like a human thumb. And now I look
No,
at
you know
him,
what he looks like? He looks like Jimmy Cagney.
He looks like a good-looking man right now to me.
Well, hey, compared to you, he's George Clooney, Tony.
Hello and welcome into our next call. You are live on Garza Law, Tennessee basketball overtime.
Hey, Tony, it's Zach. That's funny, Maury. A lot of people say that I look a little bit like Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
Easy, Zach. Pump the brakes. Get to the question.
You don't believe me?
I believe you. I believe you're good looking, man.
Right. Yeah, I'm just kidding slightly. Hey, Tony, a couple weeks ago on the T Club website, we looked at the spending on rosters.
Yes.
And we spend more than Florida. Is that right?
Yes. Right there, we're comparable to them this year. Yes. Florida's roster got expensive this year, more expensive than generally because Florida has a team that won the national championship, and those kids got compensated. But ordinarily, Tennessee spends more than the Florida Gators. That's correct, yes.
Those kids got compensated by whom?
Because of it.
Say that again, Bri.
By whom did they get compensated?
Oh, they have a collective.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm just curious because you guys are right. This is a great job of coaching this particular team by Barnes, but I gotta multiply a positive with a negative, or add a positive to a negative, because he also put this team together. And his staff.
That's correct.
So,
that's correct.
100%. You were correct.
Yes, sir.
Right, and yes, I mean I'm good on easy to pick observations. So I guess what I'm curious is, like, I'm looking at Florida's roster, and they've got Shinny Lou and Hawk and Condon, and then they added Fland and this Lee kid from Princeton to bring up their team's GPA. I mean. And they're spending less than us, and it's a possibility that these guys are coming back.
They're spending a little more. They're spending a little more than us this year. But
I would hope so, because
they want it.
Well, see, that's what I mean. Being a Tennessee basketball fan since 1997, I do thirst for a Final Four and a spot in a title game. I mean, it's driving me crazy. Like this crap today. I mean, it sent me over the edge a little bit. But I want, and especially it just compounds when you look at a team like Florida, who was in the NIT like 2 or 3 years ago, and now they have a team full of NBA players who seem to like come back at a discount, and they were able to almost add to their dominance. What are we doing wrong? Do they have a GM? Do we not? I'm just curious. Something doesn't add up. Why are we not able to, accumulate that kind of talent?
This Henry Ford guy, I'm a sheep for this guy, Matt. I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to do that during the postgame.
Hey, so one thing we're forgetting that Denzel Aberdeen was, they're Florida's first guy off the bench last year, and they couldn't afford to pay him. And he went to Kentucky and is probably their second or third best player.
Yep.
So it's not like they had an unlimited budget. They chose to invest in those bigs, and it's obviously paid off for them.
And Boogie Flan, they brought him in, and I think that's part of why they let Aberdeen
It's a great
walk.
point.
Yeah.
And you got to choose. Look, and the Bogey Flan guy, we kind of made fun of him because he's sort of a losing player, or at least he was at Arkansas. He's getting coached up at Florida. He looks like a different player. He doesn't act like a knucklehead on the floor.
Yeah.
Peeping Todd. Hey,
we
Peeping
were
Todd.
ripping him.
You can say what you want to say about Peeping Todd, okay? But the son of a gun knows how to scout around their around that campus. He knows what he's doing when it comes to between noon and 2 when they're out there sunning, and he knows how to find ball players. 2 things he knows how to do, and he can coach.
He's got eyes in the back of his head.
You better believe it.
In the front of his head. I just this kind of thing.
Yep.
And coming off of the last 2 years where we had those 3-year guys, 4-year guys, plus the bonus piece, which was connected in Lanier. This team has been, like I said, it's been very disappointing. The last thing I'll say is, we started the year with that really great win over Houston, which kind of maybe set our expectations, gave us a bit of a mirage in the desert, but I think we're like the Israelites that were going to wander in the desert this year.
Maybe the guy that Barnes hands it to, maybe Barnes will be our Moses, and he'll never see us get cross the river. But he's going to be the guy that set it all up, just like Pearl set it up for Barnes. And I appreciate the call. Thank you. Maury, what did you think of the clip of Bruce Pearl making an absolute fool of himself yesterday on the floor that went viral today?
Yeah, Tony, it's in my humble opinion, it's not a good look. I know Bruce Pearl doesn't care what Maury Hanks thinks.
But he's pretty
And
embarrassing.
I was just thinking when I saw it that CBS replaced Jay Wright with him, and I said to myself, do you think you'd ever see Jay Wright at a Villanova game doing that?
Maury's hot tonight, Matt.
I think you should end your show with that. But again,
that is a mic drop.
No, but I'm just saying, do you ever think, and again, you can say, well, Jay Wright's son's not coaching the team, but especially if you've been hired to go do the CBS. I mean, Tony, think about it on Sunday. Is this not much must-watch TV?
Oh, when they get left behind.
If Auburn does not get in and Bruce is on there.
Matt, is Auburn getting in your humble opinion right now, Matt?
No, they're not.
They're not.
No, they're not.
Will Bruce deal with it well on the air, Matt, or will he freak out?
He'll handle it really well on air because he'll have about probably a 30-minute window to kind of collect his thoughts, and he'll handle it really well because he's really savvy with the media. He just forgot that everybody had smartphones with cameras yesterday during that game.
Because you know what he does? He has a blind spot for his son. He always has. He played him over Jerron Mayman, which was completely and totally embarrassing. His son had about as much business being on an SEC floor as a player as I did. They used to talk about how he was a glue guy. You know what that means when you're a glue guy? That means you're white, and you go out there and you throw your body around, sacrifice your body because that's all you got. And that was Stephen Pearl. Stephen Pearl wasn't Bruce Pearl's son. He would have played basketball like Carson Newman, which was nothing wrong with that, but that's what he would have done. The fact that he got to play major minutes shows you how much talent they had around him on those basketball teams. And those announcers in that era, you go back and watch it, they all called him a glue guy. That is code for this cat is whiter than rice and talc powder put together, and he can't play in the first, second, or third. Matt Dixon, in your humble opinion, how frustrating is this baseball game right now as Georgia just got on in the most frustrating way? This game is really frustrating.
Two-strike blue hit against the shift.
So,
Tony, before I take a shower and take my beautiful wife to dinner,
Maury,
you
I
don't
love
pay
you.
me enough to be on this show. What's the score?
Maury, you've been incredible. Henry Ford just hit a blast. It's 5-4, bottom of 7, nobody out, with the very dangerous heart of Georgia's order coming to the plate. And these guys...
So George is ahead 5-4?
The Vols are up 5-4 because the Vols just hit a clutch 2-out home run. The pitcher made a 2-strike mistake and threw a ball up in the face of Henry Ford, and he whacked it like I don't know, what would you call that, Matt? That type of swing he put on that ball. He hammered the damn thing. Tomahawked it. There you go. Thanks, Bri.
And this is like a little league field. It plays like it plays really small. But yeah, Tennessee's winning 5-4, Maury, in the bottom of the 7th.
I'll let you need to next time we're on and there's a game going on. Yep. Tony can't do 2 things at once.
I'm doing 5 things at once. I'm doing 5 things at once. But Maury, you've been great. Matt, you've been great. We've got 3 calls on hold. I can't get to y'all. James Daniel the 4th. I'm sorry for snapping on you, dude. Just long hours, man. I know we're family. Update. You clown. Go ahead, Brian.
Ole Miss still hasn't trailed. They lead 47-41 over Alabama at halftime. They still have not trailed in 5 halves of basketball in Nashville.
See, here's the
after
thing.
Coming in having lost 12-13.
Here's the thing.
That's amazing. And they lost to South Carolina too, Matt.
On like a Beachy Johnson hit one from like 30 feet.
Yeah,
right
at the buzzer.
Yeah.
Okay, if people want to be disappointed and roster spending and stuff like that,
look at Ole Miss.
Be an Ole Miss fan.
Yeah, they've spent about as much money. I learned that after our report. They've spent a little more than we've spent for the roster they have. And that guy's actively trying to get out of there. That guy's actively trying to get out of there, by the way. Which is the appreciation he's showing.
He played like it for the last month. You can tell.
You think he'll go to LSU with Kiffin?
I think that they're going to hire the human C-back, Will Wade, because people at NC State don't like him.
Are they really?
That's what I'm hearing.
Wow.
They're going to try and make it happen. I don't know if they can make it happen. Maury, what is it about the NC State deal that not everybody's their cup of tea over there? What is it about that school? Apparently they don't like him, Will Wade over there.
I don't know about that. If their name gets called Sunday, they'll love them from where they were, a year ago.
Well, that's the truth.
You're as your wife knows, you're as beautiful as a light switch away. So if they get their name called Sunday, they'll be happy with them.
Matt, your thoughts on Maury's conduct on today's show?
I think Maury's been incredible.
Thank you.
He's coming straight at you. And there's no subtlety in his jabs at you.
Let's freaking go.
A straight right hook.
I love this baseball. This baseball team right here. This ain't fall in love with a team. Let's damn go, man. Matt,
you were ready to fire the coach last week.
Matt, do you run Arvidsson out there in the 8th? Yes or no?
Yes.
And then Krenzel to close. Who closes?
That'll be an interesting question. It had been Bo Rudu, had been kind of the de facto closer going into the year, but he's kind of struggled.
No thanks. I'm not doing that. It
wouldn't surprise me at all if you put Krenzel out there.
I would throw Krenzel out there. He's been lights out lidge.
They'll ride Arvidsson though.
I would leave Arvidsson out there till his arm. Matt, when Maury leaves, should we just keep taking calls and watch the rest of the game?
That's up to you. I'll be watching it either way, so it doesn't change much for me whether we're on air or not.
Maury, love you. You're dismissed.
Matt, Brian, thank you very much. I will talk to you
Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yeah, Maury Hanks, ladies and gentlemen.
See you.
He's a man. He can dribble. He can shoot. He's a man. All right, I'm going to hang out with y'all. We got 64 watchers right now. Tweet out.
I want to jump off too, Tone. I'll talk to you guys later.
That's commitment. All right, let me say I got 64 people watching. I'm going to ask these people watching to hit the like button. I got 53 likes and 64 watchers. All right, you users, 84 people watching. I want everybody in there to hit that like button. I want everybody in there to hit that like button. Everybody, hit the like button. Every single one of you. If I don't get close to 150 likes, we're not going to stay on. As we take our next call. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air. Hello, welcome in. You're on the air. Well, that does it for one call. Hi, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hello, Tony.
Yes, welcome in.
This is Stephen Jasper.
Hey, Stephen Jasper. Good to talk to you.
Well, I'll tell you, watching Kentucky lose before takes some of the sting out of having to sit through that loss to Vanderbilt. But I can't remember who was the Florida point guard last year.
The kid from
Walter Clayton.
Walter Clayton, who they got from the Jaspers. Just a great piece of scouting by them.
Yeah, and I think that's a missing piece to their puzzle this year, based on what I saw today. But that going to the monitor, they got to put a shot clock on those referees. 30 seconds. If you can't decide what happened in 30 seconds, let the call stand.
No, I agree. Jimmy Dykes brought up a good point about how each coaching staff has some assistant, usually a student manager that's kind of watching it, and they need to get rid of that. That's actually probably a pretty good thing to do because it leads to a whole lot of these reviews. And even though Barnes was kind of on the forefront of that, it does. I mean, I'll be curious in the tournament if they try to cut down on those monitor reviews because that's awful for the TV product.
And what these coaches are doing now, I saw Vanderbilt do it once a day, and I guess they're all beginning to do it. Is they'll pretend they're going to put in it.
They walk a player up. Yep, they walk with them too. Yes,
they try to slow the game down. Yep, till those guys can tell them review it or not.
Look, it's bad enough trying to watch those two teams close that game out with some of the just nonsensical things that go on in college basketball, which is what makes the game beautiful, by the way. But some of the stuff Vanderbilt was doing was just insanely stupid. And, of course, this year's edition, Steve, of us, leaves it doesn't leave much to the imagination. But you are exactly right. Jimmy Dykes was right on the money. They need to get those tablets off the floor. And you either call it in real time or you don't. But to sit back there and use technology like that, and the officials hate it because these and we heard C earlier in the season tell us that Barnes sits down there and chews on those officials over what they see on the tablet. I mean, of course, if you're going to look at everything on replay, nobody's going to stand up to the measure of that. I mean, if you did a replay of today's show, okay, I bet I wouldn't stand up to that scrutiny as well as I've performed.
Oh, no, I don't know about that. I mean, I'd have trouble finding something to challenge there, Tony. I might be able to challenge something, but I can't recall what it would be. But another thing, it's been kind of a disappointing season in all ways, but those happen sometimes, football and basketball. I'm trying to think of the best Tennessee victory in the state of Tennessee this year in football or basketball. I mean, I guess that Vanderbilt basketball game. I can't remember who we beat in the conference in football at home. I know we lost
nobody.
3 home games.
Like nobody.
No, we had to beat somebody.
The Vanderbilt lost in football this year just blotted out my memory. It's like like the old. Yeah, I don't remember any of it because that just blew my mind. But, we needed to hit the reset button, though. We needed it.
We lost to Georgia, lost to Oklahoma, lost to Vanderbilt, and so we beat one conference team at home, and I can't remember.
Yes.
It was so forgettable. But that was, whatever that was probably our best home victory in football or basketball this year because we lost to Alabama, Kentucky, and Vanderbilt, trifecta at home. But, I've been watching long enough to know that, years like this come along.
Sure they do. The problem is you're not the guy whose job it is to extort money out of people like Danny White because he's not going to feel so brilliant with the money-raising stuff because it's going to be really hard to raise money if you keep losing your chief rivals like this in these sports.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
Thank you, Steve.
Talk to you later.
Awesome call. Great hearing from you. Update on the baseball game as we watch along here. Tennessee's up 6-4, Matt. A home run from our catcher, yes?
Yeah, Stone Wallace just absolutely crushed one. Just a hanging slider right over the middle of the plate, and he got every bit of it. And the Vols are up 6-4 in the top of the 8th. So really impressive showing so far.
Jeff Dantzler said
continued their hitting, from Tuesday.
There's another one. There goes another one. That's gone. That's gone. That's another one. Gone!
There's Manny.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Again, that place is a launching pad down there, and that Georgia has those incredible numbers.
Yes,
and I mean you still have to do it.
Yes,
but they've done it against really bad teams.
Yes,
but this is impressive.
Listen,
really impressive.
I love y'all so much. My head hurts so bad, and I snapped at James, and I shouldn't have, but I'm really hungry. But I'm going to stay on until the conclusion of this game. Laura's going to get mad at me, but I'm going to take tomorrow and just go sit in the park and play music and get outside, and so I can. This is fun because Matt, it's such a crazy game how catching hitting is, and how catching not hitting is. Isn't that an interesting thing about baseball? How it's so catching. You hit the baseball, okay, everything's great. The next guy up hits a baseball. Next guy up hits a baseball. And then when you don't hit, okay, and then he doesn't hit, and he doesn't, and all of a sudden we're all not hitting.
Contagious.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, and in college baseball, there's just the swings and the momentum. You'll have teams that literally can't get on base, and then you'll have pitchers that can't throw a strike.
Yep.
I mean, it just wears on you.
So we're going to hang out and watch it with you.
And you just got to put the ball in play a lot more than the big leagues. Just put it in play and make the other team get you out. It's a whole lot of fun. The base running's a lot more involved. So there's just a whole lot going on and a whole lot of volatility, and it makes for it's a really fun sport if you can get into it and not view it from like a major league perspective where you don't want a lot of errors or anything. Like there's going to be a lot of that, but it's a lot of fun to watch.
So those of you listening back, I haven't had any food since, let's see here. Well, it was 1:10 Eastern time when Laura brought me my pizzas today. I eat my 2 pizzas about 1 o'clock every day. So I'm going on 7.5 hours just drinking water in the studio. And the Vandy game kind of pissed me off, but I don't know. I'm kind of glad the Vols got beat because they looked dead to the world, if we're being honest about it. And I'm not sure how much of a smart thing it was to put a man out there when they almost got him hurt today. There, I said it. This game is a real pick-me-up, and we're going to hang out and watch us and get a few more calls in, and then we'll get out of here. I don't know if we'll make it through the whole game. Depends on how I start feeling. But, Matt, when they lost that lead, that 2-0 lead, and their bats were so anemic, that Manny Marin double that cleared the bases and tied the game is a damn great, that's a big hit early in this baseball season for that baseball team. Because they feel different. They feel different right now.
Yeah. You immediately came back after giving up the 4, and you got your first 2 guys on, which showed some fight, chased the starter, but then you couldn't do anything with it until Marin has that clutch hit. So that was really impressive. And then he, hits another home run here later. You go back to back. So really, they're doing stuff in this game they haven't done all season, and that's an impressive thing to see.
Back to the phones we go. We celebrate what the baseball team hopefully is going. This is a huge win if they can get it here. For these guys, huge win. This is a team that's got a little identity crisis thing going right now. And there was a play in this game, and then we'll go back to the phones. For those of you not watching it, picture this. Close your eyes. Foul ball from a Tennessee batter is hit right at Tennessee's dugout. It was the preceding batter before Manny Marin. The ball's popped up in the air. It's falling right towards Tennessee's dugout. 3 different Georgia Bulldogs converge on it. Tennessee's players do not move. Don't say a word and don't move. The ball hits. It looked like one of the backup catchers. Matt can tell me who it was. But it hits him right in the shoulder. He did not move. And the play, you look for this on social media. The players in Tennessee's dugout went absolutely crazy. selling for him, getting hit with that ball. And the fact that Georgia's guys all looked like, hey, they interfered, and the umpires got together and they said, no, they didn't interfere. They're standing in the dugout. You're allowed to stand in your dugout. They didn't scream at him. They didn't distract him. They didn't say a word. They stood there like church mice, and they let the ball hit him. Matt, I'm not sure I've seen that before. Have you? I've watched a lot of baseball.
No, I haven't. That was really funny. Looked like armed security, like outside of like the palace in England, where you just stand there and you don't move.
Yep.
The entire had a wall up. So that was really funny.
Really funny.
That was hilarious.
I mean,
I think that was Trent Grunlinger, who is, as you correctly pointed out, a backup catcher.
Well, he had catching gear on, so I was.
Nice play.
That's a hell of a play. Who made that play?
If it was short, it was Marin.
No, it wasn't short.
Manny Marin, your shortstop.
Oh wow. This is pretty damn impressive.
He's playing second now.
Yeah, he's at second. Yep, because they had
Did they bring in Tigua in at short?
Obviously, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a play. Comes across the base. Hey, Tennessee's leather, y'all. They bring their leather kit every night. This is the best fielding team they've had in Tony Vitello's in this era. Because this is still their team they built. I'm going to start calling it the Vitello Elander era, which is what it is. Because really, that's the smart thing to continue this. Ride that train till it runs out of track.
Correct. Absolutely.
Go. Really smart thing by the athletic director.
Especially with what the recruiting the next couple of years is already set up as.
Why try to fix something that wasn't broken?
Why do a complete overhaul? Because it's the portal era, everybody can leave if you make a coaching change.
Mm-hmm. Let's go back to our phones and get our next call in. Hi, you're on the air. Welcome in.
Hey, Dixie. Hey, Mickey. How are y'all doing tonight?
Mickey?
Yeah. You're Mickey, Tony.
What does that mean, Mickey?
The great Mickey Dearstone. So, Matt, question for you. I know you hate Kentucky.
Hey, Matt, did he just refer to me as Mickey Dearstone?
He did. I'm trying to figure out whether that's an upgrade or not from being called a Muppet, though.
Well, sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
From Small Josh.
Yeah, Small Josh. Continue, Small Josh.
Yeah, Matt, I know you hate Kentucky more than anybody does on this earth, but are you upset at all that we lost to Vandy today? Because you don't seem upset at all.
I mean, it sucks to lose. I hate that it's Vanderbilt, but the SEC tournament doesn't hold a lot of meaning to me. And on the flip side, had you found a way to win this game, your team's already dead. You'd get annihilated by 25 or 30 points tomorrow to Florida. So that's, you get to get off your feet. I hate that it's Vanderbilt, and it sucks it's Vanderbilt, and you kind of were in the game, but it doesn't bother me near as much as the one last Saturday did.
Right, and that leads me to my next question.
By the way, if I'm Mickey, does that make? Hang on. Does that make Dix and Heather Harrington? Or Brian? Which one's Heather Harrington? Brian or Matt?
That would be Bronny boy.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty good stick by you.
Yeah. So that leads me to my next question to you, Tony. Do you think Matt already knew going into the season that this team wasn't any good? How much of the blame do you put on Barnes for not putting much roster construction on this team? Because obviously Boswell can't do anything offensively, and everybody has gone off on him all this year. He cannot play any defense at all.
Yeah, the misnomer about him being some great defender is the misnomer about him being some great defender. I mean, I know we want to love on our own, but
because everybody thinks he's this great defender.
He's not. He can't move. He gets absolutely blowed by out there, like on a regular basis.
Tony, I would rather have Bishop on the bench and Amari start, and I think he'd give us a lot more effort on defense.
And look, I don't want to turn Bishop into a pawn here or say he's a rook, but he's certainly not a king. And we already have a queen. We already have a queen at UT.
What would you say the chances he's probably not on this team going into next season?
Oh no, he'll be on the team. They like him. He's a good quality piece for them. He's a culture guy. He's just not a guy that can play 32 minutes a night. And what you get from him,
exactly like Barnes wants a guy to play. He gives a lot of effort.
That's
he's just not a great athlete.
Yeah, he's diminishing returns. It's kind of like Berg tonight, Matt. When they left Berg out there as much as they did, you had that weird sequence at the end where he tries to make that pass. That's just him being on the floor too much.
Yes, and that's the deal with Boswell. He should be a 12 to 15 minute a night guy that comes off the bench.
And he would be a great
He would
get
be
in
really
your
good
face,
as your seventh man.
Human bruise, dive on the floor.
Yes.
Get somebody's
he's
grill.
That glue guy, minus not being white. He's the epitome of a glue guy. He just, unfortunately, is our starting two guard.
Sit your ass down, okay?
Yeah.
Siéntate, por
what
favor.
we just do, Tony?
We just Arvidsson just is dealing. Matt, I don't know how many pitches he's thrown, but I would put him back out there to start the ninth. It's 7-4 Vols, and it just pulled the string, baby doll.
The game within the game, it's a 3-game weekend. You got to get all your outs. So I'd leave him out there.
Yes, sir.
Again, his curveball's dealing.
I mean, dealing.
I mean, his strikeout rate last year in limited, batter space, but his strikeout rate was just as high as Liam Doyle's.
I'm loving every minute of this. And Joshy boy, do you like some Tennessee baseball? Do you like Tennessee baseball, Josh?
I love it.
Yeah, it's really fun sport.
Josh, do you want Tennessee baseball to make the postseason even if they can't win a national title?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Well, you said you wanted the basketball team to miss the postseason about middle of December.
I've been following Tennessee baseball since Rod Delmonico day.
You said you got on here after one of those losses early in the year and said you hoped the basketball team missed the postseason. So I was just making sure.
Well, this team's kind of hard to watch sometimes.
This basketball team,
saying that, but they just kind of look like a midget playing basketball sometimes. And guys, how bad is it going to be when we lose to Miami, Ohio, first round? See ya.
How about that? Joshy boy feeling himself. Yay boy roll. Tony, say to the end of the baseball game. I'm going to try to. I would appreciate some tips from y'all. If someone wants to buy me a coffee when I'm in the park tomorrow. Because Laura's going to be very angry with me when I get done here. She says, what are you doing, Tony? Why would you do that to yourself?
Tell her there's no post-game show tomorrow.
This is fun. Watching this baseball with you, Matt.
That kind of salvage our day.
Well, you bring me joy, man. You love this so much, it brings me joy. And I told Lee that this week. I'm like, you enjoy basketball to such a clip, and I've told C this too, that it makes me when I'm around somebody or talking to somebody that enjoys something so much and it means so much to them, it kind of pulls you into it. Like my jam like that is the Flyers. I get so worked up over a stupid-ass hockey team that it's just – and they're stupid. I mean, they haven't made the playoffs in like 10 years. And in my mind, they're still driving it. They beat the best team in hockey last night. And I'm like – and Laura told me, she goes, your love of that is kind of infectious. She said it makes no sense. The Tennessee basketball thing, Matt, I've come to a conclusion and the conclusion is, Matt, that it's not all about going to Final Fours. It can't be. And title culture in sports, you can't make it about that. Sometimes they just happen accidentally. Titles do.
Yeah. Well, and in college basketball, you can't have a Final Four caliber team every year.
That's right.
You just can't. And
that's right.
You've gone the back-to-back Elite Eights where you were a 2 seed. You just happened to run into the 1 seed who was a bad matchup for you in that Elite Eight. And that really sucks.
That's all.
And we mentioned earlier about Connect and how that was kind of an off-script year for Barnes.
Yep.
And you ran into a 7-3 guy that was allowed to do everything in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Houston was just a better version of yourself last year. And now all that's true and all that sucks. And this team just isn't up to that. Look at what you lost. You lost Chaz Lanier and Jemai Meshack, 2 guys who were drafted and have played in the NBA. You lost Jordan Gainey, who would be an incredible third scorer on this team. And then you lost your 3-year starting point guard, who's the most accomplished player in program history and really is the perfect identity for the Rick Barnes era here. You lost all of that. And Gillespie's a really nice player. Ament's an incredible talent, but you were never going to replace that with enough guys to get back to that spot, because those were like 2 and then 3-year guys that were culture guys. I mean, you just can't replace that. And, maybe I would love for this to be the year you get lucky and for Barnes to finally make that run. I guess it can happen. You have maybe just enough pieces with Ament that you could do that. But, I mean,
if you had a healthy Ament and a healthy Evans.
You can't be a team every year that gets to an Elite Eight or Final Four. You just can't.
If you had an healthy Ament and a healthy Evans, Matt, but when Evans got hurt, and he is hurt right now, they're not saying it, but look at him. It's a shell of the kid that played 6 days ago. And he hurt himself late in that game. He was having the game of his life, and he hurt himself. All right, get out of here. 7-4 Vols. We're going to the bottom of 9. Arvidsson better walk back out there.
Well, he will. He will. He got a 3-run lead.
That son bitch is kicking and dealing. He is pulling the string. He got a little leaky in that last inning with his control a little bit, but the thing about him is, that I like about him, is he doesn't let one bad at bat. He doesn't unravel like some guys we've had. That relief pitch. He had a seeing eye hit he gave up earlier. He's been very good about focusing so far this season and dealing with traffic.
Really, yeah.
That's an improvement for him, because he used to be a little bit of an unravel guy.
Oh yeah, which a lot of these pitchers are, even really talented ones like him.
Yes.
So it will be interesting. This will be kind of the second time through the order, and a lot of his success is he gets guys chasing that curveball in the dirt.
Yep.
So we'll see if they lay off it some.
My closer is Krenzel, Matt. Do you agree with me? I'm going right for Krenzel.
I love Krenzel.
He is a damn competitor, and he's got wicked ass stuff right now. He's wicked right now.
And he's the ground ball pitcher, which is key in a park like that.
Let's get our next
ball pitchers are huge.
Let's get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on Garza Law, Tennessee Basketball Overtime / Tennessee Baseball Watch Along.
Tony.
Yes.
The big red unit. You got to put him back out there, man. He's dealing.
He's dealing, baby. This is fun, isn't it? This is a great way to end the Vanderbilt debacle.
Oh, I've got something to say about that. But before we get to that, these gray uniforms are popping. They're nice.
Not a fan of them, but I'm glad you like them. I tell you what, when you're winning in them, I don't mind them.
I saw what I needed to see tonight in the Vanderbilt game. I saw what I needed to see.
What'd you need to say?
Ament's a killer. I wasn't sure if Ament was a killer before tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He was a killer tonight. He couldn't make a shot, but you could see it in his eyes. It really made him mad that we were losing, and he just brought us back into the game.
That is such a great point by you that nobody has said so far, Matt, which is really kind of sad. But I guess that's what happens when you lose. Ament played so damn hard, and he couldn't throw it in the ocean. He couldn't get off the floor, and he almost willed them back to winning the game.
Well, he did will you back against Auburn. I mean, he kind of took over that game. So, It's a good point by a caller that we haven't mentioned that you see it. He's that takeover guy that you can just give the ball to.
So nice.
And say, go get me a bucket.
Yes.
Or get to the foul line. Yeah, it's absolutely true. That's that and Gillespie kind of coming out of his slump a little bit from three are the two biggest takeaways from this tournament.
Hey, we're beat up. The best thing
we're all beat up.
Is for us to lose the game and then, but like keep our confidence.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what happened. I mean, Ament did what he needed to do. Guys, Terry is the only guy I know that can go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws and miss 3.
He's incredible.
He's done that multiple times this year.
He's such a bad player, man. I mean, no offense to him. He's just not a very good player.
Bad.
He looks like a football player out there playing basketball, doesn't he?
Hey, Dykes had the line of the night. Carey should shoot his free throws 3 feet behind the line.
It was such a great line. Jimmy Dykes was kind of on one tonight. I give him credit. Maury's neighbor.
It's like Rick Barnes' catnip, though. It's so alluring.
Yes.
He can get the ball. He can get it right beside the rim. He can get it in such good position, but he can't make the shot. He can't make the free throws. But it's like Rick Barnes' catnip.
Yep.
I heard you talk about Amari Evans being kind of hurt.
He's got a bad ankle. Yep.
I hope that's the case because if not, he needs some of Berg's minutes.
No. He's got a bad ankle. That's why Berg was out there. They're not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. Trust me. He's got a bad ankle, man. He hurt himself at the end of the Vanderbilt game, which is just speaks to the cursed nature of this season because imagine if Amari would have carried on his play, that wind at his back that he had into this tournament, they'd still be playing right now.
I don't feel it's weird because I'm generally a pessimistic person.
Yeah.
But I've kind of got a weird little positive feeling about this little tournament coming up.
Postseason basketball is idiotic, and that would be the most random thing in the world if this moronic team went on a run, which they're capable of it, though, man.
That's what it's going to take, right, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, hey, why not? This is a moronic basketball team, not a dumb team. This team is just absolutely stupid with a capital stupid. No offense.
Hey, before Barnes got here, we'd made 6 Sweet 16s in program history, and he's not had us below a 5 seed, since every time he's made the tournament.
There you go.
People are turning their nose up at a Sweet 16.
Not me.
And I think this team is very capable of making a Sweet 16. People who are turning their nose up at this team, they ain't been there since Wade Houston.
You damn straight, brother. I remember being 308 in the RPI, losing to Western Kentucky, and that's 2 outs. Please stay in the field of play.
You got to make up your own reasons to watch those games.
Yeah, you're right.
They ain't been there since the beginning.
You're exactly right, man. Not me, brother. I love Rick Barnes. Look, are there things about him I'd change? Yes. Would he call timeouts? Yes. Would he add another scorer and look the other way? Yes. Would he be a little more intentional with ISO ball with certain guys? Yes. But he's not going to do those things. Would he play zone every once in a while and take the pressure off a team that was all beat up today, like Maury said, which is a great point for Maury? Yes. But he's not going to do those things. He's just not.
Hey, but now that Tony Vitello's left, I mean, he's the best coach on campus. It's not even close.
Rick Barnes?
Yeah.
Oh, not even close.
Not even close.
Nah, it's not even close.
So, and some people are so eager to turn the page or try to find.
You're exactly right.
The chances of us upgrading, I mean, that's minuscule.
Well, I will tell you this: the shirts guy at St. Louis, who came from 19 back today or 21 back, who's doing a great job there, wants this job desperately. In fact, he just signed an extension there and is going to hang on. He wants this job. So those of you that hung in here for the final little nugget here, and I think Danny White likes him a lot. So
hey, Danny White likes him a gimmick. That's what Danny White.
Well,
Danny. That's what he hired with Heupel. That's what he hired with Kim. That's what he'll hire with the next basketball.
No, I don't think they're going to let him do that. But you're right about that. I wonder if the Kim Caldwell thing kind of slows his roll with this gimmick nonsense. Is that a third out, Matt? God, it's a third out.
Did we get it?
That's a great win. That's a great win for this baseball team, y'all. I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm
the
sorry.
Big Red Unit.
That's a great win. Hey, thank you, brother. Good talking to you. That's a great win for this baseball team.
Go win column says hello.
Yes. And you know what, Matt? Get tomorrow and let's get Sunday. Let's sweep these sumbitches and let's beat Missouri next week and get 6.
Give me one of the next 2.
You're right.
Let's build. Last year's team won a lot of Friday games too.
Yep.
Then lost the next 2. Let's go on the road. Let's win a road series. Let's get one of these next 2. Obviously, if you get tomorrow, that'd be really, really big. But
I saw some arrogance.
Just make sure you win one of these next 2. That's a huge win tonight.
I saw some arrogance from that baseball team tonight. We'd appreciate some tips. We love you. We thank you. Please, those of you that hung in with us, that was a labor of love right there. My brain is so fried right now. I need to go eat something. I want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors. Incredible. I want to thank our friends at Alumni Hall. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, these 2 seasons are converging right now, and they meet the moment so well at Alumni Hall. All the great brands, the largest selection of gear. The baseball stuff is so beautiful that I see in the ballpark that they've come up with. It's such a fun time. It's just so fun. It's just so fun. The more you spend, the more you earn with their Hall Pass rewards. $10 in Hall cash for every $150 you spend. You can go anywhere in the world. Go online right now and support them, if you will. So much fun. So much fun. And James Daniel IV, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to snap on you, but I just thought about it. I hadn't eaten since 1 o'clock, so I can be a dick every once in a while. Right, Matt? Or is that pretty much just about every day? How would you rate my dickishness, Matt?
You go from 0 to 100 pretty quickly.
That's what Laura says.
Snapped on him.
Yeah, Laura says she goes, because what happened was I used to take everything from everybody at one time in my life, and then I went through counseling, right? And I got mentally healthy, and I learned to stay away from unhealthy people, all that stuff, and then I learned how to speak to people, tell them when something's bothering me, that sort of thing. And then I learned how to snap and cuss people out. and now I just blow. I just blow on people. James, you didn't deserve that. Well, you kind of did. You were being a dick, but you didn't deserve for me to attack you in that manner. Thank you to Maury Hanks. Matt, thanks, buddy. That was fun. I want to thank Matt Diskin. I want to thank Brian Hartman. I want to thank all the terrific calls. I want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors. I want to thank lovely Laura upstairs for putting up with me. She said, Tony, you're going 1 hour today. She said, you looked tired last night when you got off and you did the blog and all that. And you did, 2.5 hours the last couple days. You're going to go 1 hour tonight, okay? And I said, okay, honey. And I went to 2 hours and 35 minutes. Which I guess is an hour, right? I mean, I kept my word. Till we meet again, I love you. I appreciate you. I even love those that I suspended tonight in haste. A couple of you went to the shower for the weekend. But love you, appreciate you. G to the B to the O. And Friday we'll come back. Actually, Sunday, Will Heflin will have you right here in this spot. And Matt Dixon. And then we're going to do a draw show Sunday night at 7 o'clock. Tell your friends about it. Draw show Sunday night. Draw show Sunday night at what time? Is James Daniel IV a VFL? Was I killing one of our own? James, I'm sorry, man. It's all looking up, man. Kim Caldwell having that player quit today. I mean, it's all, it's all coming up roses here. Oh, we lost in bad. I'm kind of glad we lost. I don't like losing. I'm like Matt. I'm ambivalent. I don't like losing to Vanderbilt, and we're not very fun to watch. And we aired it out tonight. But aren't you kind of glad to be done with that? I mean, we can enjoy a 75-degree day tomorrow. Yeah? I mean, can we admit that? We'll see you Sunday. Be a busy day on Sunday in here. Love you. Appreciate you. Peace. All right, we'll run tonight back. For those of you that might have missed any of this labor of love, and to the calls I couldn't get to, please understand that I couldn't get to you. Not because I don't love you. But there's only so much Earl in the ground, as Archie Bunker once said. Players. So the Vols go home. We have a lot to talk about. Miles. But as it is, Tennessee does not have enough quality scoring. The Boswell guy can't play, and they just don't have enough quality players. So the Vols go home. We have a lot to talk about.